We have the biggest announcement we have ever made here at Louder with Crowder. It's a biggie. But tonight, it's a hearty middle finger, not just to the establishment of politics, but the establishment of all of media and tech.
This is the largest stream on the planet right now.
$12 billion.
If there's ever been a president who took the oath of office and threw it in the garbage can, it was Donald Trump in the middle of that insurrection.
He cannot be the next president. There can be no question that he will unravel the institutions of our democracy.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. And that is a threat to this country.
Oh, he sucks a bag of shit.
Sending millions of ballots all over the country.
Yeah.
There's fraud.
Pennsylvania specifically is rife with voter fraud.
Republican officials debunked those claims about fraudulent ballots. We want to give you a chance tonight.
Who?
Georgia.
But I'll tell you, it was a total bullshit.
I love it.
Seriously.
I certainly think that either Michigan or Pennsylvania, barring some kind of voter fraud, and then that's the whole game. You guys win.
You look at what happened during that election. Unless you're a very stupid person, see what happened. A lot of the people.
Is that counted as an insult? That's insulting the host.
We are going to say things today that they were going to get us banned anyway.
So we're about to see history right now, Crowder.
What's wrong with that, man?
From the 80s.
Join Mug Club today for $89 annually or try it mugless for $9 a month. You can sign up at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub for the entire catalog, including Nick DiPaolo, Brian Callen, the Hodge Twins, Mr. Guns and Gear, and of course, Alex Jones, along with 100% more of this show. a wwonderful start. Is it good?
More.
Any more gremlins?
That was interesting.
Is it still going to work? All right.
I think so. We're good.
I just, I got in the zone. I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. I feel good about what's about to go down, what's about to happen tonight, this major announcement. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I was nervous. Come on, you piece. Look at myself in the mirror, and I insult myself. And I was like, and I was like, I feel good.
And then you
and then that.
It. Yeah.
I blew it.
Glad to be
100
with you. Look, before I get into anything, number 2, Captain Morgan is here in third chair. As always, you have here is Mr. Josh Firestine. His comedy special is available on Mug Club. We have everyone here running interference force, reinforcements. I have a few things to get to. Look, this is a little bit different tonight. And let me tell you exactly why it's different. There aren't any town halls or debates, which we always live stream with you. And of course, the elections. We had the election stream in 2020. Well, actually, 2016, 2020, the midterms, we were removed from YouTube. And we said there haven't been any very special live events at night.
Yeah.
And then realized something. We don't want to be just reactive here. A lot of people accuse the conservative movement, right, the right wing, of just being reactive. And it's fun. We get to share that with you. We get to watch these town halls. We get to watch these debates. And we get to live fact check them. And it's something that we really love to do. But we don't want to wait on that to take place right now. Someone's walking in right here.
Good. You're
okay. Fine. So the hashtag here right now is Crowder MAGA stream. Tonight we're going to have Donald Trump Jr. On. We're going to have Alex Jones on. And here we are. Look, I want to preface this here with, you often hear that this is the most important election in our lifetime. You hear that a lot. You've never heard that from me. And you've also never heard from me any kind of endorsement of a candidate. I've always said that I would stay out of that business because my job is to entertain you. And every now and then you have to make corrections based on the world that you live in. Especially as this is expanded, where Mug Club Undercover, right? We have a network now of people, other shows here. And this is, without a doubt, the most important election of our lifetime. Between now and November 2024, things are going to be changing here as far as our focus, as far as our intensity, because we see a lot of things that sometimes you folks don't see necessarily in front of the scenes. We have the luxury of that. And a lot of people like to play inside baseball and keep you at bay in this industry and be these sort of intermediaries. We don't want to do that. We want you to be involved directly, and we want you to be in the know as much as humanly possible, because, let me put it this way. Former Vice President Joe Biden is objectively the worst president that we have had in our lifetime. The damage that has been done to this country is, and this is not doom and gloom, because no matter what happens in this election, we will still be happy warriors. I want to be clear about that. There has never been 3-4 years as consequential as this. And if you want to argue with me on that, or say, well, maybe someone else was worse, please comment below. The economy. You look at record inflation. You look at wage growth, how far it has plummeted. Not just stagnated, but your purchasing power is down. You look at the international community. You look at the proxy wars that we are involved with right now, in which we have no business being involved. You look at the division in this country. You look at the rapid acceleration of cultural shifts. This is the first time in our country that cultural shifts have taken place with the culture not being involved, with you not getting the memo. I guarantee you, Barack Obama, the then president of the United States, who came into office against gay marriage, for example, would not have had a space with his political counsel to say that it is evil for parents to not transition their 6-year-old child. We have that. We have someone who's willing to pack the court. We have someone who has called upon big tech to censor and to silence you. And the big problem that we've had with the last election streams, the question that you kind of get to is, where do you go from the biggest election stream of all time in 2020, and then the biggest election stream of all time off of YouTube that was on Rumble in 2022 because we were suspended? There were some things that had taken place in the last election that we were not able to fact check effectively in real time. We weren't able to call BS in real time because we didn't have the tools available to us. No one did. That's one thing where you have to give them credit. Legacy media has kind of had a stranglehold on that. And that's what's going to be changing in this election. Let me tell you what's on the docket here in this election right now. Let's bring up the issue table here between former Vice President Biden and Donald Trump. If you bring that up, the issue table really quickly. Something else that I also want to touch on, as we keep that up, rarely do you have two people running for president who are both running for their second term. Let me lay the case here, lay down the groundwork as to why this is the most important election of our time. And it's different from everyone else saying it who just wants clicks, who just wants views. Sure, you always have the dynamic of the Republican Party, the Democrat Party. Boom. Okay, we've got it. Two people are running for their second term. That hasn't happened since 1892. And that means that you have two people who are willing to go hog wild. That means that you have two people who are willing to push through an agenda regardless of political expediency or popularity at that point. And I think that we've seen the left is willing to usurp the will of the people in a way that they have not in the past. And that includes, by the way, through violence. So right away, you have something here that you have never had in my lifetime. And you didn't have this when Donald Trump ran for the first time. He was kind of an unknown. Right? We all sat here and we all kind of held our noses. We don't have that now. We have a much clearer picture. You have 8 years of Barack Obama. You have 3, let's call it 4 of Donald Trump. Then you have 4 of Joe Biden. And you could have another 4 of President Trump, or 8 of Biden. You have a contrast, you have a sandwich where a lot of people are not involved in the day-to-day. They know what they live. And of course, the experts will tell them that that is anecdotal, it's not empirical. That's true. That's true. But it's what you're living. You look at, for example, George Bush Sr., Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. I'm sorry, not enough of a contrast. You look at the fiscal policy between Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., George Bush, they are very, very similar. You look at how they handled intervention in foreign conflicts, they are very, very similar. Even Barack Obama, you have TARP under George W. Bush, and then you had the biggest stimulus package this country has seen this century under Barack Obama, but you still had people who were taxing and spending. You didn't have the contrast that you had from Barack Obama to Donald Trump and then back to Joe Biden. Baby boomers were the most liberal generation who ever existed. You guys may not know this, right? Today we're looking at San Francisco retreads. They became conservative. Now you hear, okay, boomer. Why did they become conservative? They saw the contrast of Ronald Reagan and of Carter. They said, well, you know what? No matter where my heart lines up, I know how things actually work in real life. And then they became conservative for the rest of their lives. You can have that right now. You can have a demographic shift, the likes of which we've never seen. We've seen the electoral map change quite a bit in 2020. You could have this codified for a very long time. Let's bring up the issues here. What's at stake in the election coming up? All right, let's look at the economy. Average wage increases under Donald Trump, $4,000. Under Biden, your average purchasing power has gone down $4,200. Not to mention inflation, not to mention the idea of keeping the money that you have earned. Immigration, the single most important issue of our lifetime, right now. And that's to most Americans. We had 1.9 million encounters under Donald Trump, 7.6 million under Joe Biden. Imagine one more term of that. Just one more term of that where he doesn't, that changes elections forever. Let's say it's 15 million people by the end of that term. Phoenix was determined by 10,000 votes. Think about Georgia. Think about Atlanta. Even without the bullshit of the pipe bursting, which we found out wasn't true. Think about Detroit. You put a couple 100,000 of those people in the right states who owe one party a favor, who broke the law through your tax dollars to buy their vote. I got to tell you, 7.6 million is already enough. You think that's going to get better or worse? 1.9 million to 7.6 million on immigration? That right there, you lose your country. Do you understand that? Forever. And by design. No one can say that 1.9 to 7.6 million is an accident. And we've been doing this show day in and day out and day in, and I love doing it, and I love getting the living the privilege of being able to make you laugh, being able to cover the news and provide all the references so that you can learn. But every now and then you step back and we said, oh, what is happening? 1.9 to 7.6 million? That's got to change. That's at stake here in this election. Bring back up the issue table, please. When you look at abortion, you have one person, Donald Trump. We're going to get granular with this after Donald Trump Jr. and Alex Jones will be on. One person ended Roe v. Wade, or the Supreme Court did under his watch. That put it back to the states. You may not like it. That's not extreme. The other wants federal abortion laws. The other is a member of the party that believes in abortion up until and including birth, period, and wants to pack that Supreme Court. Please bring that table right back up. Demographics. This is something that is very, very interesting. Generation Z, millennials, for the first time, Donald Trump is either swaying them or winning them. He's winning the Latino vote. He's made inroads with the African-American vote, the black vote, that no Republican ever has. That can change the map if people live the experience of the economic boon again that they had versus Joe Biden, who is starting to lose both. There's an opportunity here right now where you can change the voting demographics. Foreign policy, no new wars with Donald Trump. The first president in my lifetime. I didn't think it could be done. I don't know that any other modern president has involved us in more useless proxy wars. I shouldn't say more wars, the most wars, but the most useless proxy wars. Bring it back up one more time. Censorship. You have a man, Joe Biden, who deliberately and flagrantly, with Jen Psaki, with Karen Jean-Pierre, called upon big tech to remove people, colluded with the CDC, the WHO, and CEOs of Google, YouTube, Facebook, Meta, at that point in time, Twitter, Amazon, Apple, to remove voices with whom they had disagreement. You're talking about a person who single-handedly had the like button completely effectively removed because of being ratioed. And I don't know if Republicans are going to do enough on 230, but by God, you have one who has told you that if they maintain this power, you will be silenced. Bad stories about Hunter Biden, laptop, you will be silenced. Speak out against the mRNA injection, you will be silenced because it's not coming from the authorities. And the final one there in that table is Supreme Court. You're looking at least one seat, very likely. This next one, potentially two. And you actually have a candidate who wants to pack the Supreme Court. So you look at the economy, immigration, abortion, demographics, free speech, not to mention the Second Amendment, the most important issues of our lifetime there is a tectonic shift of the very foundation going into this election of media. We saw with the last midterms being removed from YouTube and being on Rumble and you being able to migrate there. There is a future where your voices can be heard. There is a future where you can take an active role. And this is, it's absolutely a contrast of ideology. And so for the first time, as we go into this and we are going to be active, I want to lay out exactly what we plan on doing on election night, 2024, and what we are going to be launching here tonight. That requires you. It requires you and it requires your active involvement, either through joining my club or just your time. We're going to have boots on the ground with an operation that has not existed before. Before that, though, I do want to take this up. We've polled everyone here at the company, and we all agree that for the first time ever, and I've been doing this since 2009, this company is going to officially endorse the 47th president of the United States, Donald Trump. Weird.
the mood kind of changed a little bit there. Yeah, I know I'm doing a Trump thing here, but we went from very serious and can I celebrate good times, baby.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. By the way, the drinking game rules tonight, we are going to be live fact-checking the news, I guess, what's going on as they discuss this hush money trial. Bring up the drinking game rules tonight for the special live stream. Anytime you hear the words Biden's health or it's brought up, you drink. Anytime you see the words insurrection, you drink. Anytime you hear about stolen election, you drink. Stormy Daniels, you drink. Hunter or cocaine, you drink. That'll frankly probably be us, so we can induce alcohol poisoning at any point we want. Anytime you hear about the Clintons or Obamas, you drink.
We did that too.
Anytime you hear about Trump indictments, you will drink. And then we also have some subscriber tiers that we will be hitting tonight. I'm going to explain in a second, where you will finish your drink when you see those subscriber tiers.
I've already started, actually.
Oh, wow.
I'm halfway through this thing.
Good for you.
I mean, it's Monday night. What else am I doing, you know?
Well, and here's the thing. We don't want to do this. We don't want to be in the business of... But this is not a robust primary. This is not a situation where we're going, okay, let it play out. No, this is a tipping point in our country where, again, everyone has said it's the most important election of our lifetime. You've not heard that. Here, we are all in agreement that at this point in time, it is. And we also know some things behind the scenes as far as the attempts that will exist to silence not just us, but you and conservatives. I don't know how much further you need to be pushed. And so for tonight, through midnight tonight, if you go to ladderwithcrowder.com/mugclub and you enter in the promo code Trump47, Mug Club is available for $47, a full year's worth of Mug Club.
What a deal.
$47. What? $47. And the reason for that is tonight, this is a telethon. We are going to be live fact-checking news. You can bring up there in the lower third CNN to show you exactly how corrupt they are and to show you exactly their playbook and call the shots before we make them. We're going to fund an operation here at Mug Club for the election stream of 2024 that is very different from previous installments. So you join tonight through midnight for $47, and let me tell you exactly what this is going to be going to. On election night, let me give you some clear examples. What happened last time? Phoenix was called way too early. Remember that?
Yep.
Phoenix was
with
called...
like 1% reporting, I believe.
With 1% reporting. And that's because all of these other people in legacy media, they really rely on one news wire, one or the other, to call states. And in the last live streams on election night, we were relying on their information a little bit. That is not going to happen this time. We are going to have our own, not only newswire, we're going to be subscribed to the ones that they are using themselves. We are also going to have our own real-time data analytics and boots on the ground to give us information so that we will be able to provide insight and potentially call states before they do, or at the very least say, no, that's too early with Phoenix. When we have something happening, for example, in Atlanta, Georgia, remember that, the pipe burst? Mm-hmm. No one got the truth. No one got the clear story. And the issue with the last elections is we found out that there were a lot of lies afterward, and they said, well, now it's a moot point. Sure, the state constitution was changed. It's a moot point. Well, sure, a pipe didn't burst and they pulled out giant Pelican cases of votes, but it doesn't matter at this point that the story we told you was a lie. No, when Detroit happened, where they were bringing in red wagons with ballots of votes and boarding up the precinct with Bristol boards, we knew something was afoot, but we couldn't tell you exactly what it was. So going into this next election, your subscription tonight, you joining Mug Club, will fund directly journalists and boots on the ground in every key swing state, first off. So that means Phoenix, Atlanta, Detroit, Milwaukee, Philadelphia. We are going to be having at least 5 people in each city, as well as your input, by the way, here. You are able to contribute with go to mugclubarmy.com, where we're going to be crowdsourcing this, where you will send us tips in real time, and we will be able to send our boots on the ground right there to investigate, along with the other tools that we have at our disposal, so that we can clarify it to you and fact-check legacy media. The primary difference is we were following their lead and obviously providing commentary and guests in a way that was incredibly sizable, the biggest ever. But they're going to be following our lead, and that means your lead. That means you are going to be sending in the information to the biggest stream that exists. How can I promise you that? 2 world records. We've done it twice. Number 3, we're actively preparing infrastructure so that you can get it to us in real time, and you can actually meet someone face to face in your city who can go down there with a camera, as well as tools behind the scenes, so that we know we're getting the accurate head count with these votes. We are also going to have on election night an interactive electoral map for you, so that you guys can actually see us as we call states and take part. And more importantly, what we are going to be creating here, and this requires a lot of resources.
Yeah.
So that's why this is a telethon. This is a 6-figure undertaking just by itself. What we are talking about before election is millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars to try and ensure that there is actual election integrity, so that we are not just bitching after the fact, right? People always say, well, why don't you do something beforehand? Here you go. Trump 47, $47 through midnight tonight, Mug Club. We are going to have a map that you can check in real time, and you can provide your tips and your videos, so that you don't have to go to Twitter, and you don't have to sure, you can upload it there too. There's nothing exclusive about these pieces of content, but you'll be able to go in real time to this electoral map and see a city, click a button, open it up, and see the shenanigans, the tomfoolery afoot. For example, let's say what happened in Detroit in 2020, the red wagons with ballots of votes. You will go to the electoral map, you will see an icon there, click it, and it will open that video in real time so you can see the coverage of what is going on. And you can drop a pin with something that you've seen. See something, say something, you do it, and then we are going to verify it, and whatever is verified as, of course, legitimate will be brought live to everyone here on air. We are building an infrastructure here to have people on the ground, to have journalists, both, by the way, out in the open. I mean both camera operators and undercover journalists. Mug Club Undercover has been working on this for a while. They don't know who's in their midst. And you will be able to take part on the night of, to ensure that nothing happens in darkness. We thought about, hey, the power of whatever it was, 17 million people in 2020, still millions of people in 2022. How do we use that? Because the media tried to silence it. They have to silence you. They will be following your lead because you don't need them. You looked like you were about to say something there.
I just wanted to remind you, like when you said the media wouldn't cover it, like they actively tried to keep us from covering it in 2022. And they're going to do it again. They're not just going to stop at trying to kick creators off and thank God that a place like Rumble does exist, but they're actively going to not report on those things. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, last time we actually covered some of this stuff. We covered it a little bit too late. We're not going to do it this time because it could lead to another January 6th.
Right.
We're not going to do it this time because it could lead to more election deniers, and we don't want to cover that kind of story. So what we're just going to do is to tell you to trust us, and when Arizona's at 0.01%, we're going to call it, and guess what? You're going to take it because there's nobody else to hear. That's what YouTube wants. That's what mainstream media wants. But we have Rumble, and you have this stream, and you have our own information. You have our own crowdsourcing. If you're in a place, by the way, that we didn't list, a city there where some shenanigans have gone on in the past, let us know. Reach out on social media so that we can make sure that we get people there as well. It is time to take this power away from them because, believe me, it's power. They say the winner on TV that night. I don't care if they're lying or not. The next day, most Americans wake up thinking there's a new president coming into the office, and it might not even be the right guy. They won.
Yep.
You can't unring the bell. Let's take that power away from them.
And no one here goes to sleep until it's resolved. We're going to be with you the entire time. That's okay. We can switch off.
We'll do it starting now or
no, November. I mean, well, you're not getting enough sleep.
Speaking of cuts, I think we have Mr.
Okay, well, we're going to get granular after this on the economy, on immigration, all of these. And we also have some new undercover footage, by the way, of people down there at the border.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't hit anything as far as the drinking game.
No, not yet. I'm about done with this beer, too. But,
hold on. You know what? I'll just say Biden's health and insurrection. Go ahead.
Hey, insurrect. That wasn't a suggestion.
You're supposed to hit the ding there, the kid. I said insurrection. There you go. Oh, I said it again.
No, come on. That doesn't mean you have to drink twice.
Delicious. I'm drinking twice.
Okay.
So, for the first time here, we are officially endorsing Donald Trump for president. 45. He's going to be 47. Use the promo code Trump47. And do you want to go through these tiers here? We have different tiers tonight, for example.
We'll do it in a minute. Go to Mr.
All right. So, here to talk about this, I did not tell him before this stream
what we're going to do,
that we were going to be making an endorsement. So, I have no idea as to how abreast.
He's still on.
All right. Well,
okay, there we go.
What do you mean? What? Wait, he would tune out if I endorse his family? By the way, bring a hashtag up there to him on there in the bottom. All right.
Leave it as long as you can.
This man is, well, you've seen him. He's all over the map. I don't want to say, I mean, on a good way. Not all over the map. He's all over the place. You see him everywhere. And of course, here on Rumble, who've been very good to us, very good to him, because that's where freedom lives on. Let's bring on Donald Trump Jr.
What's happening, buddy?
Mr. Donald Trump Jr., I don't know. I think they just heard you over your... Did they hear him over his stinger?
They heard it.
Yeah. They heard it?
You get me?
Sorry. Yes, we can
hear
hear
you. I was going to disavow the endorsement, but I figure we'll take what we can get since we're up against these communists.
Yes. Well, I appreciate it. Look at you.
I'm not sure. Is this good or bad? Is Crowder working with the other side to tank this thing? I can't quite tell.
Well, I don't know what it is, why people are so nervous over there when considering, like you have, I mean, look, there are a lot of, it's a cavalcade of misfits. You have Alex Jones there and people like all of us have our issues. You certainly have your issues. And
I got plenty.
And
wait. I'm no Hunter Biden.
That's true.
But I have my issues. Everyone's got a drink, right?
Oh, damn it.
Get going. Hey, I got to make you guys drunk so that I sound interesting.
That's true. Well, also, I know that you're sober, and we are not this evening. So, look, hey, one thing that struck me here, too, is basically your dad can only run an election, can only campaign on Wednesdays. It's almost like his schedule because he's so bogged down with these bullshit hearings and trials. That has got to... How is that operation even running at this point logistically, considering how limited he's been? I don't think people actually fully appreciate the amount of election interference that is taking place right now when they watch, a trial. That means he can't be doing what every candidate has done since the beginning of this country.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's clearly election interference. You see the stuff. You saw the stuff in the Judge Cannon case. I mean, just straight up collusion with the Biden Justice Department and all of these things. You see the same thing going on with the number 3 guy at Biden's Justice Department coming up and taking on this case in New York that the prior DA, even this existing DA, dropped and never pursued the first time around. It's just absolutely insane. And they understand that if Trump's on the stump, if he's out there on the road talking to real Americans, that's a real positive for him. So they want to tie him up. They want to make sure he can do nothing. It's so important. He can't go to his son's graduation, but they let one of the jurors go for the day and cut court short last week because they had a dentist appointment. It's absolutely insane what's going on, and you're not allowed to talk about it. What's even crazier, he can't say anything about it. They got continuous gag orders on him. But more importantly, Stephen, the mainstream media doesn't tell you all the absolute atrocities of this case, the anomalies that they come up with, that they would change the statute of limitations, that the judge's daughter is literally profiteering as a Democrat fundraiser off of even messaging about this trial. Same thing possibly with Michael Cohen, that he's a convicted liar, literally lied before Congress. He's a perjurer, went to jail for these things. He's the star witness. That doesn't matter. It's just anomaly after anomaly. Things that were at best a misdemeanor, they're turned into felonies, while actual violent offenders and felons in New York, everything that they do is being turned into a misdemeanor. It's the exact opposite, to go after their political enemies. I mean, this case in New York, literally, it's because a person in the accounting department, a low-level person in the accounting department, wrote legal fees next to a check that went to a lawyer, I guess, and they're Trump was in D.C. He had no contact with this person. He probably couldn't pick this person out of a lineup. Yeah. Wasn't in communications. Wasn't running the business. Frankly, my brother and I were running the business, and we didn't even know about it.
To give you an idea, I can give you a very specific example of where this happened. I was in a deposition, right, being asked about this business right here, and someone said, "Hey, what's this?" Gerald's right now going, "Oh, I don't know if I put Gerald's mic on." They go, "What's this?"
They're going to change the statute of limitations.
No.
For
they said, "What's this?" They said, "What's this?" Whatever it was, 20, 30,000 monthly recurring payment, and it was labeled like BRF something. And I said, "I have no idea." And they go, "Well, doesn't the buck stop with you?" I said, "Not with accounting." They go, "So you have no idea?" And here's what it was. It was our 401k match service.
It was.
That came in under some type of acronym that I'd never seen before. And in real time, I said, "Well, let me search this because that is significant." I go, "Oh, that's not the name of the company that provides 401ks for my employees." That's what it is. They would go through the list and go, what's that? I go, "I don't know exactly what these rates are." It would be health insurance. It would be things like server costs.
Oh, I dealt with that with the New York Attorney General one on the, when we're paying a $500 million fine because we paid back banks and they wanted to do more business with us. But they did that to me. I was like, ask me a question. I don't know. I signed off on it because it was given to me by a Big Four accounting firm and they say it's legit. So I signed it. They're like, "Well, how did you not do diligence?" I'm like, "Well, I hire a Big Four accounting firm because I'm not a fucking accounting." And I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. How am I? I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. If it's cleared by legal and it's cleared by accounting, outside of legal and outside accounting, I don't know. I sort of feel like it's my responsibility to actually sign it and not override people who literally went to school for this exact matter. They're like, "Can't believe Donald Trump doesn't know accounting." It's like, I haven't looked at accounting since Accounting 101 and back in college.
Right.
Well, no, exactly. Stephen, I want you to remember that when you get the line item to sign for the wine purchase, just sign and trust me.
All right.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've already signed for quite a few of those. I was wondering about that. And by the way, it's Trump 47. We were debating between 45 and 47 because he's both the 45th and the 47th. But if people entered that in, they'll get mug clip for 47. This is a telethon right now to ensure that this election does not take place in darkness. Hey, Donald, let me ask you this. How are you guys going to win this, considering how much they've been trying to hamstring him? I would imagine that you guys have had to have contingency plans with these operations to ensure that the campaign can continue, even if, through corruption, he's being forced to sit in a courtroom.
Listen, you got to do the best you can with what you're given, right? That's the reality. You got to play the hand that you're dealt. We understand what's going on. I think, frankly, it's actually working out to our benefit right now. It's so ridiculous, right? Whether you take the New York case, whether you take the $500 million fine, when literally the alleged victim is sitting there on the stand being, "No, we were paid back with interest. We made $200 million. We wanted to do more business with Trump, not less." It's so ridiculous that real people see it. Now, again, I think our mainstream media is totally trying to suppress that. They don't tell you that some of the cases, on MSNBC, CNN, probably honestly even Fox at this point, they're not telling you hey, they literally changed the laws of the state of New York for 1 year.
Right.
So they could charge Trump and then they revert back right after that. It's just they're going after one person. They changed the laws of an entire state to be able to go out. When people start hearing that, wait, I didn't know that.
Right.
That, again, the judge's daughter thing, or that literally there's a statute in New York like a actual law in the books that like someone cannot profiteer. It's not like it's just, hey, it'd be ethical or otherwise. There's literally a law preventing it. 6 degrees of separation for someone involved in a case like this. The judge's daughter is 1 degree of separation. And it's like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They kick it up to an appellate division in New York. They say, well, we hate Trump too, so we'll kick it back down and let it stand. I mean, it's a total miscarriage of justice. And I think it's really indicative of where we're going as a country, Stephen. Like, if you think this stops with Trump, like someone who's powerful, wealthy, he can actually afford to fight this thing, has a huge base of people, half the country, have his back. Like, you think it stops with Trump, or you think they'll just destroy anyone that ever stands in their way in the future? And that's why I love what you guys are doing. When I was listening to the beginning of this, I mean, it's so important for people to get involved, to get mobilized, to watch this stuff, because it doesn't end with this. It only gets significantly worse.
No, I think you're absolutely. And to me, it's shocking when you look at the changes, not only in demographics with the that Donald Trump is winning right now, President Trump is winning right now, but with Generation Z and millennials. We'll show that hilarious clip of James Carville. It looks like Ernest gets cancer, or Ernest goes to chemo, whatever it is.
Ernest goes to Mayo.
Yeah, and you can bring Josh in there, Billy the Kid, because I know that sometimes it goes through the tube. But that is happening in spite of the fact that really President Trump has not been able to tell his story, get in front of anybody as far as the media at this point. The fact that there's been any change demographically, let alone the biggest change in my lifetime, while it is nothing but negative coverage, I mean, he has yet to put his own feet on the ground on the campaign trail, really, as far as he's going to be. I'm always shocked to see any kind of headway that's being made in a remarkable amount. Is that sometimes surprising to you? Like, when you see those polls, did a party go, you're bullshitting?
No, I mean, but I get it. Like, again, I don't pretend to be one of these like these woke people. It's like my 7-month-old was complaining about nuclear proliferation on the Korean Peninsula. I'm not like one of these. But like, if I go to like McDonald's with my kids and I'm pissed off, filling up my trunk or the grocery store, like it's not going to change my habits. I'm not pretending that. Like, right. But like if I remember it was just so distinct because I was like, man, it was like sticker shock. That just took my kids, two of my sons, to McDonald's, an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old and me, and the bill was $47. If I'm like, that's too expensive. Like, if I have sticker shock, man, everyone has sticker shock, and the hysteria from the media and the lies, and people, they're not gonna. Not believe their lying eyes anymore. It's gotten so ridiculous, so extreme. Trans men in sports are really it's the social justice issue of our. Coordinate with Biden's DOJ, but it's totally legit. Right. It's like it's a caricature of itself. I wake up most mornings, I feel like I'm being like either like punked or like I'm just the star of the Truman Show. Like, there's a video camera, and it's probably the FBI as well, but the other video camera is like, CIA. Like I'm waiting for like somebody to fall on my head, be like, oh, you're just on the set of a show, and we've been screwing with you for the last few years because like what is the norm now is so ridiculous. It's so asinine.
Yeah.
That no one believes it's actually happening.
Well, and I think that what's really important, that's the reason we're doing this tonight, is because election season starts earlier this go around. And that's because of their call to, like you said, extend statutes of limitations to basically trump up more bogus charges, bullshit crimes. They are doing this to try and affect the election. So I don't think that conservatives, a lot of the nonprofits out there, have the luxury of waiting to, go to the Hamptons in the summer, and then as we get into the fall, really cover it. No, we need to start preparing and laying the groundwork for infrastructure right now, because they already are. They already are, and they're losing. So we need to get ahead of the game, not because we're...
Well, they'll outspend us 5-1. I mean, Steve, don't forget, what was the article I read? There's a European communist that wants to give $250 million to I mean, that's like, a quarter of a campaign from one person. Then you got the Soros stuff. And what has any of this Democrat fundraising ever gotten Americans? Right. It's just turned, great cities into shitholes, and they keep doing it. But it's interesting. I do see a shift. I mean, I travel all over the country. I go, I try to hang out with like real people, I do put myself in places where we're not supposed to be as conservatives, just to have these conversations and have that dialogue. And honestly, man, the shift is really it's really palpable. Like a lot of the the demographics. I'm not just Hispanics or something like that that were probably always conservative. They just didn't even know it. Like just demographics that would not otherwise you'd even think about it. And they're I'm in an airport and like they're screaming at me across the airport like hey, 2024, we got to fix this crap. It's sort of amazing what I see. I did, DJ Academics, live stream on Rumble and a bunch of other places. We had 40,000 people from the hip hop community watching us for 2.5 hours, and I'm reading the live feed like as we're going. I'm like, oh my god, like they've been red pilled.
Yeah, that's 0% surprising to me as someone who, don't tell my parents, grew up on hip hop, in the 90s and early aughts. I couldn't count how many hip hop artists have compared themselves to Trump. It's like he's the most common character in hip hop music as a yardstick for success. And to me, that people are shocked that in the hip hop community they might embrace him. Well, yeah. Because they've always embraced
in 16 and 17, it was cool to attack him and whatever, and the media would give you free coverage, and your record label probably give you a bonus. But I think those guys still they understand the communities that they cater to.
Right.
They see what's going on, and they're like, well, I can't defend this crap. This is insane.
Right.
You saw Snoop Dogg came out, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago? He was like, hey, I got nothing but love for Trump. I'm like, well, in 2017, you did like a drive-by, like a simulated drive-by video because you could get away with that. You're encouraged to do that by the media. Today, It's like, I don't know, there's communities that are suffering that are the people that are oftentimes buying a lot of their music and stuff like that. They're saying, you start supporting this moron, Joe Biden, in there, and you're going to lose your whole fan base. They get that. They understand that. They see that shift. So now it's a question of how much we can do to prevent the cheating.
No, I think absolutely. I think Josh has a question. I know you got to go, but go ahead there.
I was going to say, just adding on to that, the mainstream media lied to these people.
Yeah.
They bought that lie. People like Snoop Dogg and all the other people. They bought these lies, and then they went on and go, I hate Donald Trump. I hate him, and now they're starting to see through it.
Yeah.
Finally, people are starting to see through it.
The adults were going to be back in charge, but they tanked our economy. They're getting us into world wars. They're going to fund these things indefinitely. They won't take care of our own border. When you had the disastrous Afghan withdrawal, the adults who were back in charge get on stage. Mm-hmm. They're shocked and dismayed that the Taliban did not install a more diverse and inclusive government. I'm like, who are they?
Hey,
who are these people?
They said they were going to have an all-women's community college.
Yes.
I saw them build it.
Yeah, you can't make it up anymore. And again, if a guy like me feels it and notices it, like, how come our representatives don't? By the way, that goes to both sides.
Yes.
That's not a partisan hit. That's a bipartisan hit. Like if Donald Trump Jr. is like, man, this shit's really expensive. That's insane. We should do something about that.
Well, also, I'd like to see Republicans and people on our side do more to ensure that the election is truly free and fair this go around, as opposed to tucking tail because of a few lawsuits out there. It still matters. And last time everyone said, oh, it's a moot point. Sure, this happened, but it's a moot point. Or, well, maybe this happened, but you can't prove the damage, so it's also a moot point. That's why we're building the infrastructure. That's why people can enter in the promo code Trump47 so that we can have the real live election integrity map, boots on the ground in every major swing state, city, bellwether counties, so that it happens in real time. We realize that's the big mistake that we made the last go around, relying on information coming in as opposed to anticipating it. And we want to be able to be the eyes and ears for you guys and everyone out there. That's why we're having everyone take an active role. Mr. Donald Trump Jr., where's the best place for people to find you and watch you, sir?
Well, I'm on Rumble 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays, and pretty much every social media channel. But yeah, check out the Triggered podcast on Rumble because that's probably where I get to let loose a little bit. That's the only place I'm not censored. So it's great. Get involved, follow it, do the stuff that you're talking about, or you too can continue to have DEI in air traffic control in your cockpit and watch planes' wheels and doors fall off in mid-flight, and have doctors that are totally unqualified, but they check 2 or 3 boxes and are trans, so they probably know what they're doing. And why not let them be your brain surgeon? Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
That was actually the premise for Final Destination originally. Devin Sawa looked into the cockpit, said, "Oh, a trans African," and woke up. All right,
ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time, Mr. Trump Jr. I know you're busy. Thank you for taking the time, sir, and we will be in touch.
Be well, guys.
You too, Donald Trump. All right, and I know that we have
I didn't do my job very well.
Okay, because we have tiers here to fund each of these unique items.
Well, we had several other tiers to get to. We blew past a few.
Okay, so wait, hold on a second. Tell me about the tiers that we already went through so I can...
There was kind of a fun starting out tier, which was 47.
Oh, 47th president.
That's easy, right? You can understand.
They got that, right?
That. About 3.5 seconds in, we got it. 270 was
the electoral votes.
So that he becomes 47, right? We blew through that.
Okay.
As well. So we are currently just a couple of hundred members away from 9/11.
Whoa! Why do we pick that?
Oh, hey, Gerald.
It's important to have significant numbers, and I was put in charge of numbers.
Yeah, but that's like a tragedy.
But it's significant.
It is significant. I don't know if people want to subscribe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if people want to join Mug Club to be member 911.
But at the same time, never forget. So
that's true. That's true. Well, we're doing our part. So, and by the way, when we hit this tier of 911 subscribers tonight, that is going to put investigative journalists on the ground, boots on the ground in all 5 major swing state cities: Phoenix, Atlanta, Philly, Detroit, Milwaukee. So once we hit 911 subscribers, you will fund that. This is a big operation here. That will, boom, done. Those people are on the ground. And then the next tier, I believe, that we have after that is $14.92. That's when
it's also a pretty good tier. Except, I mean, unless you were here at the time, pure Native American.
Do you want me to tell them what that funds that tier? $14.92.
Don't spoil it. We're not.
Well, I want to let people know what it is that they're supporting.
Fine, do the
so $14.92, and we have several different tiers here. Of course, you guys can 2024 is a tier, see, because these are all election themed.
Oh, I see.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's election themed.
That makes sense.
So $14.92, that will take care of the election integrity map. The election integrity map, where in real time you will be able to see what is taking place. Of course, we'll still be streaming, but you will be able to upload your experiences. You are the media. Your camera. Do you have a phone? There you go. You're a journalist. You can submit it. People will be able to watch in real time everything taking place. And then there will be another layer to this map, which will be the verified incidents.
Yes.
So you'll have a box that you can check and say, okay, I see whatever, 1,200, 1,500, click on whatever you want, then click the verified incidents, and that may go down to, I don't know, 1,200 or 1,500, because we're going to have people on the ground verifying everything and sending in the information. So when we hit that 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and that means the election integrity map is in place, set up, because of you. They will have to answer to you this election.
Yeah.
That's the fundamental shift.
Absolutely. All right. And look, I've got a couple of things. You said 2024. We have a brand new shirt, Trump 2024 change. I actually brought some extras for people here. So there's two
nice.
right there. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Look behind your pillow over there, buddy. Santa came early.
Oh,
what happened? Yeah, and Steven, I've got one for you as well. But you're already dressed, so I'll just hang on to it.
Yeah.
Go to CrowderShop.com right now to grab your 2024 shirts. Get this mic out of the way.
All right.
There we go.
So let's go through some of the. By the way,
Shameless.
this is Caitlin Collins right now on CNN with Mr. Barr. So what is this? What he said? Oh, this is the endorsement. We're going to live fact check. Tell us what you want us to live fact check right now. We're going to take your chats. If there's something going on, if it's CNN or MSNBC, there's no town hall or debate. We'll just watch it and call bullshit in real time.
Trust me, it's not going to take much with Rachel Maddow and the crew kind of holding down the fort, and Caitlin Collins coming up. Obviously, right now she's on.
I know her as the hairy forearms gal.
Well, that's probably true. Maybe she's doing Nair because she's got a sleeveless thing going.
Also, later tonight we have Thomas Finnegan on location at the courthouse. Yep, on location on the hush money trial.
Hush money trial. Yeah.
That's what they're calling it. And I believe we have a 7+1. We have quite a bit going on here tonight. But first, let's go through this election on these individual issues, right? We were talking about this, the economy. We talked about the average income. I also want to mention to you the inflation. That's what Donald Trump Jr. just talked about. Months above 3% for inflation. Donald Trump had 0 months. Biden, 36.
Jeez.
That's all of them? I believe
that's pretty much all.
That's all of them.
Well, no, there's a couple at the beginning where he didn't.
Okay, so good.
That's rollover from.
So Americans need an extra $12,400 a year to maintain the same standard of living, right? Mortgages, January 2021, 2.78 were the mortgage rates. Now it's about 7.39. This is the most important issue I think of our time that's going to take place in this election is illegal immigration. All right. So under Donald Trump, there were 1.9 million total illegal encounters at the border. 1.9. Not great, but that's a far cry from 7.3 or 7.6, right? If you add in those who were flown in on secret flights. So I don't want to be fact checked on that. You guys can check all the references at louderwithcrowder.com, link in the description. You can use the number 7.3. I choose to use the number 7.6 because it still includes people who are actually here illegally.
Well, what is that, like the bigger than the population of 36 states?
36 states
right now
have a smaller population than the number of illegal immigrants who have been ushered into this country under Joe Biden's watch.
Like I said, 1.9 million, that's not nothing, and we would definitely like that number to go down as low as it possibly can. By the way, Tim's shirtless over here. I've had too much wine already. It's
very nice.
Shim's turtless over here. Toolman Tim, Tesla Tim, but it makes it very distracting. But that 1.9 million, let him build the wall. Let's fund the wall, and then we'll talk about all these other things. You want to put in an aid package for things that maybe you think are things that we need to be a part of? Fine, we can have that debate after you've built the wall.
Give it a try.
We'll talk about it then. Otherwise,
give it a try. It won't hurt you.
Yeah, they say it won't work.
It's only a small fraction of the money to Ukraine.
We're trying that.
Just give it a whirl.
How about this? Put the money for Ukraine in a savings account for, I don't know, a month and a half, then build the wall and send the money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it's better than just sending the money there and not building the wall.
Right. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this as well,
Simple
but
man.
also terror watch list encounters with Donald Trump, 11. Not great. That's 11 more than 0, which is what I prefer. Under Biden, 357.
That's worse.
Oh,
that's worse.
And
they really want to come.
Yes, they do. And the promo code again is Trump47.
Yeah,
$47.
Click that CNN off there. Use the full thing.
$47 Mug Club right now, available through midnight. By the way, since we hit those tiers, that's part of the drinking game rules.
We have
the
to
kid,
drink,
bring him
right.
back. We're supposed to finish our drink.
Oh, and we hit a
every
tier?
time we hit a tier.
3 tiers. How many
We hit
drinks?
3 tiers. We'll just finish one.
Finish
No.
one.
We're,
Leave
yeah,
CNN
every
out of there.
time
Leave it out for
a subscriber goal is hit, we have to take an entire drink. Do we have any like elevator music or anything?
I don't know.
Is Billy the Kid?
I'm done.
You're already done? All right.
drank
All right,
mine.
everyone go.
Josh needs another beer.
All right, let's get some
See, guys,
refills
you can
in
see,
here.
look.
Oh,
There's a
come
little
on,
bit,
that's
but it's
close.
empty.
Hey, by the way, look. What in the world?
Oh man, that's for later.
That is for later. That's right. That's for the after party.
Hold on.
After party. No, really quickly, the link is in the description. If it's too hard to type Trump47, which it might be for some of you, it's okay. If it's too hard, just go to the link in the description. Click right there. It'll autofill for you. I was kidding about the Trump47 thing. I know you guys can do it. I mean, you're not gay.
What? Hey!
Yeah, don't
subscribe.
We have plenty of gay and or lesbian and or your guess is as good as mine fans.
Yeah. There's Q's, there's L's, there's B's. They're all in there.
Really?
They all like the Mug Club.
I was unaware.
By the way, I love how they say Bill Barr vilifies Trump but says he'll vote for him. And
they had to use the word vilify.
Yeah. And was it Donald Trump said, I won't call him fat and lazy, just lazy.
Lethargic was the word. He said, I won't say lethargic.
I won't say lethargic. I'll say fat, lazy, impotent.
Those are still in play.
And also, just in case, hey, this is a call out to all the virtue signaling, I want to choose my words carefully, pieces of shit out there. When we talk about illegal immigration, yes, it's the most important issue of this election, but for all the bitching that takes place regarding slavery in the past, as though the United States uniquely invented or is responsible for the crime of slavery, there are more slaves right now on Earth than ever in recorded history. Over 40 million right now.
Wow.
Did you know that? Over 40 million. The first step, you can't fix it right now, but the first step is to at least discourage, disincentivize the sex traffickers. How many of those people do you think from the 7.6 million are sex slaves? We say sex slaves as though it's not just slavery because, they didn't do a film about it yet, The Color Purple. There are more slaves right now on Earth than ever in recorded history. You want to tell people that you are making a difference instead of sitting on your ass at Columbia while you demand that the American public foot the bill for your student loans? Do something. And here's the thing: people will say, "Well, it's such a big issue. There's nothing I can do to stop sex slavery." Well, right now, and this is again what you fund as a member of Mug Club, the undercover unit, the Mug Club undercover unit, obtained this footage from a current Customs and Border Protection agent showing coyotes dropping off. And just to be clear, something can be done because people are doing it. You can bitch on campus about slavery in the past and systemic discrimination, or today, more slaves than ever. Do something about it. Here's someone doing something about it who gave this to us, you, Mug Club, exclusive, our undercover unit. These are coyotes dropping off a very young adolescent girl from a dinghy in the Rio Grande, an exclusive. if this doesn't, and here's the thing, what you'll see with the left and what you will see is they will pick issues about which they can do nothing. They can't do anything about Thomas Jefferson, like they say, allegedly knocking up a slave. They can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about Vladimir Putin right now. You can do something right now. Close the border, build the wall, save at least tens of thousands of sex slaves. We know that beyond any shadow of a doubt. Right now, close the border. Let's just do the difference between 1.9 million, Donald Trump, 7.6 million. Guaranteed tens of thousands of underage sex slaves, at least, if not hundreds of thousands. There's no doubt about it. You can do something about it. You can do something about it at a quarter of the price that you are sending for a proxy war in Ukraine. That's what's at stake in this election. How many? Tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of adolescent sex slaves. Tens of thousands in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Under Joe Biden. That happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's important. Join Trump 47. It's not because we're just saying, hey, join. We want to put these funds to good use to be able to go and help get a man elected that will absolutely 100% fight this fight. Do you think the Biden administration is fighting this fight? You may not like that he didn't get the wall built the first time around. You may not like that he didn't get to fulfill that promise. I didn't like that either, right? He ran on that. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a beautiful wall. Mexico is going to pay for it. Didn't happen the way we wanted it to because he met fierce headwinds. And I don't know, maybe he got pulled off of that a little bit. Second time around, that's not going to happen. That girl, we don't know where that girl is right now.
Well, here, let me give you a follow-up here. And again, this is what you support with your subscription to Mug Club. Not only do you get a full additional 100% of show, you get Nick DiPaolo, you get Alex Jones on Friday, you get the Hodge Twins, you get Brian Callen, you get Mr. Guns and Gear, you get Josh Firestine special, but you also support the investigative unit. And by the way, every single time that we break a story, an exclusive, the hit pieces come. The hit pieces come that are completely unrelated. Did you know that we have satanic sex orgies here in this office?
Do we really?
Yeah,
Is that
I know.
on Thursdays?
I wish that I had gotten the memo.
Was not invited, so what the frick, dude?
Well, because it's eyes wide shut.
All right, is it because of my weight?
You have a big mouth.
It's because, it's my mouth.
You have a
well,
big
you
mouth,
should want me
which
there.
would come in handy.
Yeah,
like
but,
that, you know.
Yeah, I also have a big,
okay.
You know what, and it's a problem for other guys.
Yeah, attitude.
Yeah.
So,
it's, hey, you know what? This
It's a big deal.
You guys, you've seen Taken. You could be Liam Neeson. Yeah. All right?
I have a very particular set of skills.
Justin Trudeau's dad. You could be that guy.
An accurate
This
American
election.
accent is not chief amongst them.
Where are you from?
Poughkeepsie.
That's a way better American accent than he does.
I'm from Poughkeepsie. I take the train into the station with my American family. I eat my hot dogs and Philly cheesesteaks.
What?
I'll kill you.
All right, that's what we came for.
Yeah,
so you asked that question. Yeah. The CBP agent actually called the child's alleged sponsor. This is happening right now in real time, so you can see it. We'll make this available to raw footage at louderwithcrowder.com. Called the sponsor, was registered to an address familiar of what happened on election night. That was a completely empty lot in Delaware.
What's your name? Okay. You have a child? Is there somebody else in the background? Who is that in the background? Okay. ¿Dónde eres? And can I ask why you let your child travel all by herself to the United States?
If that doesn't break your heart, you're a piece of shit. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, that poor girl, man.
That poor girl.
9-year-old girl coming into this country.
Well, people here get to virtue signal about anchor babies.
Yep.
Oh, what about the dreamers? What about her? Tens of thousands at minimum of her. Not to mention the votes that are being purchased. And we'll be following up with the source there for some more information. Hopefully we can find that right now, completely untraceable, which, by the way, is the vast majority of border encounters. What you just saw there is what takes place to the tune of 7.6 million.
These agents do this every day. My dad worked for Customs for a long time.
Yep.
They saw a lot of that kind of stuff coming across the border, people being hidden in trunks, underneath car seats. Crazy. You wouldn't believe the places they put people.
Not to mention They're running out of space to put heads on turtles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a challenge.
Oh my!
You're about to say something there,
They're running
Gerald?
out of turtles.
Well, I thought you were about to say
no. Oh,
as far as
you know what? I'm sorry. I signaled you a little bit there. we hit our next goal. We actually hit our next goal like a few minutes. We're probably pretty close to hitting the next goal, but we did hit 900. And well, you didn't like
9/11.
9/11. We hit 9/11.
Oh, great. Well, because we spare no expense here to let people know, I guess we have the announcement from the Newsies.
Read about it, folks. Ding, 911 new subscribers for Mud Club.
Boy, that's distasteful, but a good number to hit. Extra. Read all about
I can't taste.
Today's headline, also sorry white people, but trying too hard to not be racist, is low-key kind of racist.
Oh, black man, you, sir, read this.
Read all about it. You can't read.
Well, and we just lost.
Those are real headlines.
Yeah, so.
Just to be very clear. So we went past that, and by the way...
Holy crap. Okay, so 1492 is the next stop. We're not that far off of 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
1492 will fund the interactive election integrity map.
And I'm just going to click it all over the place, wherever the dots are.
Well, don't do it.
It's going to be fun.
Don't do it.
Please
and don't
let me do
upload
it.
a bunch of your personal nudie tapes.
Well, yeah, Gerald, not again. Come on, we've been through this.
Yeah, not everything's going to be confirmed, let's just say.
Yes. So the promo code is Trump47, and that will fund that map. There's going to be a season between now and election time. Of course, we'll do every single town hall, every single debate. We will live stream that with you as we always do. But we want to have boots on the ground right between now and then. We can't afford to be reactive. We want to be proactive. They are going to answer, not to this, to you. To you. We want to make it very, very clear. You, Mug Club, the mainstream media, the legacy media, big tech will answer to you. They cannot remove you all. It's not possible. So we appreciate it. The promo code is Trump47. $47 through midnight tonight. And
oh my,
what Jumanji, Jake? What are you doing
I just
here?
got back from one of my overseas adventures. I brought you Bambi.
That's really thoughtful. Thank you.
No, it's actually for Josh.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Well,
oh wow, dude, this is awesome. Yeah. Oh, this is great, dude. I know exactly where I'm gonna put this.
Well, I don't know exactly how I feel about that.
This is my new pal.
How'd you take it down?
I took it down with this trusty watchtower rifle right here. It's great. They make it in America, and they're arming the next generation of warriors. So
Watchtower, right? That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're a sponsor, but you use that to take. But no gift for El Jefe.
I got you next time, boss.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll hold you to that. Get out of here, you little hunting rascal, you.
Oh, my God.
Jumanji, Jake, we appreciate it. By the way, watchtowerfirearms.com/Crowder. Use the promo code Mug Club. You will get $100 off your Mug Club rifle and 10% off of accessories and free shipping. We have a Mug Club custom rifle, actually, right now.
Yes, we do.
I forgot to tell people about that.
You forgot to tell
Are you jealous? So this...
No. I mean, he's going to get me something.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be like this.
I have no idea.
No, come on. This is like an $8.
Oh, hold on a second. Drinking game right now. CNN. Harry Forearms, Caitlin Collins.
Oh, yeah.
It's about January 6th. That certainly counts as the insurrection. So when you hear this ding.
What the heck was that?
You can't play the drinking game if you have to operate it, kid.
It's like ding. He stole our ding and ran
Delicious.
All right, bring up the sound there on CNN to hear. Is this? I can't see. It's a small. Is that
stoves? They're trying to get rid of
the
cars.
guy.
Is that Kinzinger?
Which is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Nobody's trying to get rid of cars, but he is trying to convince himself, and you can see it in real time because he's struggling.
Did they not powder him? He's shiny.
He didn't want Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee. I mean, he made that pretty clear when we spoke to him 8 months ago.
But he did, you silly hairy bitch. He did. They want to focus. He clearly didn't want to. Hold on a second.
No.
Was the end game that he endorsed Donald Trump? That's correct. So you want to spend more time speculating on the fact that he doesn't like him personally than the official endorsement? This is the media, and this is the problem. We were still, all of us, by the way, all of you were still relying on them to call states. You may not remember this. Arizona happened, and we were sitting here. We felt so helpless.
What?
We're going, holy, What? They called Arizona. There's like 1% of the... And everyone, including Fox News, including all the online conservative outlets, called... We were the only ones who didn't. We said we are not calling Arizona, but we didn't have boots on the ground and real-time data to tell you why it was wrong. Right. That's what we are funding right now for this next election. That's what Trump 47, getting mug clip for $47, does. It is the ability to just say, well, hold on a second, you're clearly lying, and being able to prove it. They want to spend more time on the fact that Bill Barr may not like Trump's tone. Who gives a rat's ass?
What's the point of that anyway? It's like, oh yeah, he didn't want Trump to be the candidate, but he does want him to be the president.
Yes,
like
exactly.
What? Yeah, things change, man. It's best for the party. It's best for his interests.
I don't want you on my TV, but I do want to see your hairy forearms.
I want to see him. I just keep seeing her face. It's not too bad. I mean, I don't see Harry in the face.
She looks like the Simpsons unibrow baby.
All right,
don't do that. I have a unibrow. I pluck it.
You can.
It doesn't. Well, you take care of it because you respect society.
On a good day, well, no.
She clearly doesn't.
She's going to come back with a little bit more information. Go ahead and pull that down. Thanks. She's going to come back with a little bit of information on the Trump trials here, and we can come back and fact check her at that point. But what you need to understand is that Barr hates Donald Trump, endorses him publicly. Donald Trump, in the biggest, best Trump way possible, thanks him and then insults him in the same breath, and he still goes out and says, I am still voting for this man. That is the point of tonight. It is about getting behind Donald Trump. Not worrying. If you're a never Trumper, I'm sorry. Today's the day to take that jersey off and suck it up, Buttercup. Get in the polls and vote for Donald Trump. If you're a Nikki Haley fan and you wish you would have done better, she didn't. It's time to vote for Donald Trump. If you love Ron DeSantis, the governor, like we love Ron DeSantis, the governor, it's time to suck it up and vote for Donald Trump.
DeSantis, buddy.
Do not mess with the DeSantis crowd, apparently.
Thanks, Chief.
It is time to get behind him. If a guy like Bill Barr can hate him, endorse him, get not slandered by him, but almost the way that Donald Trump insults people and then go back on television into the lion's den with somebody like this and go, but I'm still voting for him, certainly you can get past it too and get to the polls and vote for Donald Trump.
Yes.
Do it. Trump
That's 47. Also a big reason, too, for the reason for the endorsement tonight. Not that I think I'm that important, but what it comes down to is I also see people out there going, I was a DeSantis person. It doesn't. Look, you guys can go. This is the one. Let me just say one thing here. There's one thing that I do have, and we have here at Louder with Crowder, that nobody else has. And I mean nobody else on earth. And I'm very, very grateful for it, and I couldn't have planned it. You can go back to 2008 and see that I'm this guy. There's no one else who can claim that. When YouTube had just started, you can go back to 2006 and probably see some old sketch videos that were relatively apolitical, but you can go back to 2008, 2009. You can watch Crazy Pete's Abortion Barn in 2008. You can watch the Quran Challenge in 2008 with the blue bed sheet. You can go all the way through the different eras where this show was being licensed to PJ TV when I was at Fox News. What you can go to when it was CRTV before they ended up merging with The Blaze. I've never changed, and I've always maintained 100% ownership over this because what I say has to be what I believe, and that's why rather than assassinating you, they try and take your name. They did it with Nixon. They've done it with Trump. They've done it with James O'Keefe. They do it with every person who manages to stand up in an effective way. But one thing that we have here, and you have as a supporter of Mug Club, you can't buy a record of authenticity that spans back more than a decade and a half. You can't. You know that we've been and by the way, you were appearing, I think, if not 2009, 2011 at the latest, as Muhammad's wife. They may not know that that's you under the burqa. My point is,
they have an idea.
We've been doing this
that's where it comes from.
Forever. And you can go back and see I was not a big fan of Donald Trump in the primaries in 2016. Absolutely not. I thought he was an unknown, and my primary problems with him back then, I thought he may still be a Democrat. I really did.
Well, isn't this like one of the biggest, biggest evidence that it is necessary to vote for him? So many people didn't want to vote for him or didn't think that it would be what they wanted, and now they're like, hey, even Bill Barr, people they viciously hates him, whatever they said.
I was willing to eat crow immediately after the primaries and say, look, all right, I'm going to hold my nose. And then once he became president, it doesn't mean that he's a God king, whoever uses that term. I know he doesn't himself. It doesn't mean that he's perfect, but we're at a point right now, put your ego out of it. Look at the economy. Look at illegal immigration. Look at what's happening with abortion. Look at what's happening with your speech. I couldn't buy it. There's no grifting in 2008, 2009 on YouTube because there was no money. It was a net cost. You know that we believe it here because we've done it when it was only a net cost. We've never been Democrats who then said, I saw the light, the Democratic Party walked away from me. We have always been remarkably consistent, changed our points of view on maybe some things. Of course, as it relates to maybe marginal tax rates, maybe as it relates to state marijuana laws, of course. But you can go back and say, yeah, back then speech, back then illegal immigration, back then you're talking about the encroachment of Islam, back then you were talking about what was happening with the national debt, back for a very, very, very long time. And so when I say, look, I get it. I was very apprehensive of Donald Trump in 2016. You can go and watch it. You can go and watch it in real time. It doesn't matter at this point. You have two choices. And you have a flashpoint in history that could change the direction of this country. It's not just Republican and Democrat. Do you understand? Two people running for a second term. There were a bunch of people who were never Trump back in 2016. I remember hearing this would say, well, you know, it's like a car driving straight towards a cliff, and Donald Trump is taking out the emergency brake. So at least Hillary Clinton is putting on the emergency brake and we can course correct. Guess what? That's not the case. They are driving off the cliff, meaning the left, the mob. And I include the entire entertainment, political, industrial media complex, all of it. They don't care. They flagrantly disregard you, right? 7.6 million people that we know of.
And not ashamed of it.
They tout it as a virtue.
Yeah.
The right has gone left and the left has gone super left. I don't care that there's a bad Access Hollywood tape. I don't care. I don't care that he doesn't maybe fully at one point didn't fully. I don't care about the bump stocks at that point. I mean, I care, but my point is that's not going to preclude me from voting from someone who doesn't want to abort 9-month-old babies and remove your ability to speak and import more third world citizens, illegal aliens than we've ever seen in the entirety of our lives. I'm sorry. Sure. He says some shitty things. Do you understand what's at stake? If nothing else, just say, you know what? If I vote for Donald Trump, at least I'll save tens of thousands of underage sex slaves at the border. If nothing else.
And in my lifetime, what the definition of moderation is, for these people on the left, he's been the most moderate Republican that I've seen in a presidential, in the office, or in a race.
You would think so.
If you're one of those people that are like on the edge of it, on the border of it, like,
yeah,
no pun intended, but if you're on the border of that, like, he's the most moderate views on, a lot of issues.
He was
abortion.
The first
Conservatives, they don't back that, but he said, "Hey, we got to come together." In that speech, we got to come together, even if you don't agree. And the border, everybody, obviously that. What was the other thing? Drink.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to here. By the way, too, this is something.
Hold on, you can't move on yet. We're like about 100 away, maybe, from hitting that 1492. They're actually updating
the election integrity map.
Election integrity map. Trump 47. Make sure you use that. And by the way, Watchtower Firearms. Just got this in from those guys.
Can you pause 1 second? It's mother. Walter White in transition. Michael Moore. That is Walter White. Bring it up full screen. That is Walter White in transition. What the hell is that thing? That's not Michael Moore. That's a body snatcher.
Free speech, but also Jewish students feel
is one eye bigger than the other?
Well, the fact is, Cuba has better health care than the United States.
They're supporting the Palestinian people and their right to be free. I would guess probably 98% of them.
Oh, you should take it up with Hamas.
That's anti-Semitic because they don't believe in
They're kind of holding them down.
In part because the Palestinian people 98%?
Are Semites. Did you pull them?
I didn't know he had such beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, he bought them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anti-Semitism is.
How much you want to bet he just got that Michigan hat too?
Do you think the dye that comes out of the bottle is like labeled like transgender orange?
For what, his hair?
Yeah, for his hair. I think he goes in, he's like, yeah, I want to look like I won the Montreal Olympics.
Is that Jenner?
I finished the drink.
Oh, look at you.
So to me, no, I mean the earlier one. So for me, I'm having a great time. He looks like transitioning Walter White. Sorry, we almost hit that tier, Gerald. I get distracted because I'm a Michigan boy.
I know you
and this
are.
guy's a piece of shit.
Just get rid of CNN for a second for me. I want them to see the full glory of this promo code so that they can hit that number very close to the 1492 Trump 47 link is in the description. Click it. It's not going to hurt. And by the way, you will be entered to win if you are a new subscriber. We're going to pick one of you guys,
a watchtower,
or if you're an old subscriber, somebody who has been around for a little while, so that you guys get to share in the love.
So one new and one old,
one
old
new,
timers,
one old. Custom Mug Club AR-15 from Watchtower Firearms.
You're lying.
Yes.
You're lying.
Whoa, so two giveaways.
One for the new people from tonight, and one from the people who have been here for a while to say thank you very much. It's not like one of those phone plans from AT&T that you only get the benefit if you're a new subscriber.
Sign up now. That's a $47 AR-15. Come on.
Oh, my gosh. All right, fine.
What are you doing?
We just hit it.
Look at that.
Oh, my gosh. We have to announce it. We have to have our newsies announce the 1492 tier.
Of course.
It's a good year.
Yes, extra. You're probably eating way too much protein. Find out how much you should eat or should not eat. If you're losing weight, get new shirts at CrowderShop.com.
Oh, I'm guessing their suggestion is plants and bugs.
Oh, it's disgusting, folks. You eat one. Skinny man, eat one.
You will be weak and submissive. Read all about it.
Put that bagel down and take a paper. Read about it.
He's a Jew. Extra.
Research just said that if we get to 2,000, they want me to take my shirt off. That's not nice.
No,
for anyone. No one will. My wife, but other than that, no one will enjoy.
With everyone, with the exception of my wife, will be running for the exits.
You knew where I was going with that.
Name that movie line. I guess the next tier is
1776.
1776, and
that's also a significant date.
That's a significant date. 1776. You see it everywhere. And the next tier, I guess, is 2024, is where that is going to, by the way, fund all in its entirety the journalists reporting live at Trump and Biden rallies, which will be taking place across the country. So that's separate. Just to be clear, that's separate from the people who will be on the ground verifying election interference, verifying integrity issues. We are also going to have live journalists at the major Trump and Biden rallies across this country. Again, do the math. That this is a multi-million-dollar undertaking. You've watched the elections with us, these last two go-arounds. Yeah. This time, we want to ensure that everyone else is watching you. You are going to take an active role. We don't need these people anymore. Just watch. It's a broad with hairy forearms and Michael Moore mid-transition. This guy said that Cuba had better health care than the United States. What a piece of shit.
I can't believe they had I haven't seen him in years.
I know.
Michael Moore, I know. They're really scraping
He has
the
his
bottom
film
of the
festival at the Cherry Festival in Traverse
City.
City.
You want to go back to him for a second?
I want to hear what he's saying with his stupid Midwestern accent. And I guarantee you, that guy in 5-10 years is going to be a woman.
Although some will say recovering in my case, but still, we are Catholics, and the Pope is right on this. We need an immediate ceasefire. It is wrong.
Looks like a gayer Elton John.
Yes, he does. Of the elderly is a sin.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, I know.
I know you know.
No bedazzled Dodgers jersey either.
Why you're not.
He looks like a frumpy Elton John who's given up. He looks like a long-term settled into the gay marriage Elton John.
Letting himself go, Elton John.
It's Firework Man instead of Rocket Man.
It's Cherry Bomb Man. It's Black Hat Man. All right. Okay. So let me, and we have Alex Jones coming on in a little bit, and I guess I'll go to Finnegan. But this is one thing that's very interesting to me, again, the promo. And what's the hashtag is Crowder MAGA stream to get up there
Crowder MAGA stream.
That was your idea, and I'm not going to lie.
Really.
That finishing that drink was stupid.
No, dude, come on. We're having fun.
I think it was fun. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Let's get all of the stinking goals out of the way so that he has to finish. How many? Like 5 additional beers? Apparently, it's really hard to get Steven drunk, but I think
it takes a lot.
Do it if we try.
It does take a lot. It's one of my superpowers.
Well, and you'll take off your shirt.
I'm kind of joking a little bit. I do feel it, but I feel good.
A little bit?
It's always the guy who crashes his car into a ditch who says,
yeah,
it's hard to get me drunk, bro.
Never had an accident.
Hard to get you sober,
You know what's funny is people... in my life, they're all pushers of alcohol. You know why? Because I'm the opposite of an angry drunk. I become just a little more. I'm a tense guy. I tend to get anxious.
Yeah, a little wound up.
And a little bit of the beer, a little bit of God's nectar, just makes me a little more relaxed. So
we'll
what
see
do
when
you
you jujitsu me into an armbar later. We'll see.
No. That's the sex tape.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
New York Post, get ready.
I always, because I know Josh doesn't like to be touched, rightfully so. Where he doesn't, and so whenever we do a sketch, I'm like, hey, Josh, I'm gonna hit you with this newspaper. Just like, is that okay? Like, I'll be like, hey, Josh, I'm gonna grab you here. He's like, yeah, man, it's fine. I'm an adult. I'm like, oh, okay, good. You get it. This is comedy.
No, usually I'm like, don't touch me. Don't do it. Don't touch.
Why do you sound like Drake and Josh?
I don't know. I did sound like Drake. Yeah,
Josh Peck. That was his thing. He's lost weight.
I know, he looks better than I do.
And he uses word like whack. All right, so.
That's whack, dog.
That's whack, bro.
That's whack, bro. It's like, we watched you on the Disney Channel. Okay, so let's talk about the demographics at play in this election. All right. This was just funny to me because James Carville, who really looks like Ernest Goes to Chemo, was still furious and blasted, and rightfully so when you look at these numbers. I never thought we would see this in our lifetime, right? I thought that Gen Z, and you can go back again to me in 2011 saying that younger millennials will be the most conservative generation you have seen because right now feminism is a losing issue. The Second Amendment is a winning issue as they start playing video games. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, you're going to see millennials become more conservative. You can't expect them to be conservative right now, right? They become more conservative once life hits them.
Yeah.
For the first time in modern American history, Gen Z and millennials are swinging toward being more conservative, if not being outright a majority conservative, or Trump, you should say at this point, because many of them don't consider themselves conservative, while they are young. That's never happened, to be clear. You expect them to become conservative as they get older, right? You plant that seed, then they get that first paycheck. No. You are seeing a generation of people, many of whom still have student loans, still saying, you know what? I'm going with that guy, Donald Trump. And James Carville, the raging chemo Cajun, is furious about it. Furious.
If they get a hold, there will be no government left. There will be no rights left. You'll live under theocracy. You'll end up with Christian nationalism. But that's all right, you little 26-year-old. You don't feel like the election's important to me. They're not addressing the issues that I care about. So my advice to tell these young people to get off your mother ass and go vote, because you should vote like your entire future and the entire future of this United States depends on it. Because quite frankly, it does. And that's not an exaggeration.
Oh, you damn 26-year-old but saying I got my iPhone.
That's not an exaggeration.
I still have my hair.
This is a deep cut, but if you know, you know. That's the grandpa from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Damn,
what's he yapping about?
Bring it up. And by the way, just so you can see how good our mission control is, they're going to bring that up really damn quickly in a side-by-side.
Or they have to drink. Oh. By the way,
you do have to drink after what he just said.
Should.
That was like
you're right.
19 of the drinking games. Just hit it a few times, Mr. Kid. There you go. Thank you.
Billy the Kid.
Do you need a refill, Steven? Are you good?
No, I'm being very prudent.
Not me. I'm about to go on my third here.
Well, in that case,
we need to get left-handed mugs because of. There you go.
Yes, see what I'm saying, dude?
Get it in a side-by-side, guys. Let's
there he is.
Side profile of James Carville.
Because I didn't notice it before the show, but I saw him in the hat, and I go, oh. Grandpa.
By the way, that's also how you know Bill Maher's a pussy. Because Bill Maher will bring on James Carville. He'll bring on the SE Cups of the world. He'll bring on the Rick Wilsons. I went through the screener, and we don't think you're of the caliber of...
oh, yeah.
And to be fair, I don't match the intellectual titan that is Rick Wilson.
I don't know who that is, but
then they stole jokes. They stole jokes from the show verbatim, and then people believe that Bill Maher's on their side until he tells everyone to vote Joe Biden. Remember that. Look at the record. look for a record of consistency. You don't have many other litmus tests that you can use out there. Use the record of consistency. If someone has no record pre-2016, or if they were creating, I don't know, an anti-conservative doxing website, or using the NAACP to sue people, and then they claim to be a conservative, or if they were flagrant Democrats, who were part of the homosexual agenda, all of that, and now they're collecting a check from you, I would say, hey, people have their Damascus moment.
They do.
But there are too many of those where it's completely
their Damascus.
What does that mean? Damascus moment.
The road to Damascus, the conversion moment. You know what I mean?
Is that like a Paul Saul thing? We don't have to get into it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Better call Gerald. What?
Oh no!
What?
We hit 1776.
We hit 1776.
Hey.
Guys, the promo code is Trump47 for $47. Mug Club tonight. We hit 1776. 1776. I just broke
That's
my pen.
not the 1776 overlay, Tim.
Bring up the 1776.
Oh, come on.
Well, then you know what? Let's go to the official.
We do have
the Newsies.
Newsies.
Wow, 1,776 new subscribers for my club.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Also, today's headline, trans woman left sobbing in JFK airport after TSA agent hit her testicles. Extra, read all about it. Testicles.
Testicles, you've got some, sir. Here, take this.
On a woman. Also, don't know anything about the JFK airport because it's not invented yet. Extra.
All right.
I'm going to need a ride.
Hold on. I have been trying to. I hope you already have it.
Jeez.
Because Gerald drinks wine.
I'm
beer.
just kidding.
All right. Worded, I'm not giving it up, and I have a gay agent, so it's okay. So you saw, Jim. I've been trying to get to the segment here, the changing demographics. You already watched Carville, and it's very, very funny.
Sorry,
do we have the side by side of Carville? Okay, bring up the side by side. Look at that.
Same guy. Same guy, same energy.
Hold on. Hey. Wait, do we say that it's 2024?
Yeah, that's right. The next tier is 2024.
It's just not going to happen.
And by the way, the final tier tonight is 4,700, which is because of the 47th president of the United States. Uh-huh. When we hit that, that's everything. That's the interactive electoral map that will actually be better than
a lot of money.
That will be better than CNN. That will also be multiple news wires so that we can call states in real time using more. They all use one. They use one or the other, just to be clear. CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News. They use one of two services. And if we hit that 4,700, which is at the end of the night, which we thought was lofty, but now seems very attainable, we will have multiple services ourselves, as well as infrastructure in place to look at voter rolls in real time. But that we are talking about millions of dollars for election night.
This is a huge change.
It's a huge undertaking.
It's not just like saying, oh, we're going to report what they report. No. We're going to get you the information before, or at the very least from the direct source.
Well, here's also the problem out there. There are a lot of conservative like I've said, there's undue influence, a disproportionate amount of influence in the conservative movement from nonprofits, 501c4s, 501c3s. Yeah. There's about 20 to 30 donors to everything you read online, everything you see on Instagram, who determine what is most important. If you wonder, like, hey, why at one point was kind of nobody talking about the election interference for a spell of several months? Why was everyone sort of broadcasting from their basement during COVID and supporting lockdowns at that moment in time when we were doing two-a-days? It's because there is a handful of very wealthy donors out there. And some of them have built some infrastructure out there, going into this election, like poll watchers, and I'm very appreciative, but they want to keep it proprietary.
Yeah.
They say, well, we're not going to work with you because, well, hold on a second. The most important thing is on election night that we all band together and that this is crowdsourced and that everyone has access to as much information as possible. Meaning we want you to have access to information from every other Mug Club member, every single follower on X, on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, and then we also want to at the same time provide for you verified information. It's not our job to keep information from you. We want you to access all information, and then we want you to see what it is that we have verified in person with someone on the ground. Nothing, to be clear, is going to be withheld from anyone else in this movement. Everyone will have access to it just like you will in real time. This is not time for a dick measuring contest, guys. People who I can't even stand, great. This is yours to use. Use it for your stream. I want this information out to as many people as possible on that. I've had nightmares about this.
Yeah, and you know why? Because of what you're seeing right now on CNN. There's a TV over my shoulder if you don't know that. Pull it up.
There's a lot at stake.
God, look what they're doing. Hush Money Trial, Beyond the Sex, Lies, and Audio Tape.
What is that, a book title?
No.
Probably. Why are you going to
By the way, that means drink because that counts as Stormy Daniels in the Trump indictment. So that's 2 drinks. Take 2 sips. Play along with us. We'll be taking your live chats.
They know the pressure on them. They're going to
Beer
say
number 2 is done.
Trump is guilty. They want to know, what is he guilty of?
And
That's what I want to know.
Telling them, but the point is they don't have to specify.
What's your view? So my view is it's just not
She looks like she would be a guest role girlfriend on Seinfeld.
Suggesting what his intent is. The problem in my mind
The old
is
one?
too much
Yeah,
emphasis
the one that said,
on
like,
that because
he looks good from front. I can't take her side profile.
Election law as the crime that he
Like
was
something who-
intending to commit.
Anyway.
The state
All right, let's go to
election
the
She was a catfish.
Let's go to the, and then we actually have Thomas Finnegan on the ground at the Hush Money trial. So we'll go to him in just a moment. But James Carville, okay, he was bemoaning Generation Z and millennials. Let me give you some numbers here, the changing demographics, which can be solidified with this election. Again, you're talking about 2 people who are running for their second term and people who have already seen the contrast. I cannot stress to you enough the contrast of 8 years of Obama, really 3 years of Trump, let's call it 4, another 4 of Biden. If there is another 4-year contrast of Donald Trump, people will be able to see the economy, the wage growth, the stagnation, 8 years of Obama, the boom that took place under Donald Trump, the shrinkflation that took place again under Biden, and the change. And I guarantee you there will be a change. I guarantee you there will be a change again, and that will solidify demographics for at least the next several elections in this country. A lot of the time, people are concerned about it oscillating, saying, well, maybe it's better for a Democrat to be in office because the economy is due for some kind of a recession, and so we don't want to be at the helm. No. There's so much that has been proactively damaging that anyone coming into office who is not named Joseph Robinette Biden will improve that economy. I have zero doubt about that. And after that, after the next 4 years, you are going to see people who remember that for the rest of their lives. They will be telling their children, yep, just like your parents say, talk to your parents right now. If you're Gen Z or millennial, right? You're someone who's likely our age watching this show. Talk to your parents. But instead of saying, okay, boomer, say, hey, tell me about gas lines. And you'll have parents saying, yep, I remember gas lines and Jimmy Carter. I remember what was going on. And then I remember Ronald Reagan, with padded shoulders and cocaine on Wall Street. But you know what? We were all doing better. Those people will be telling their kids that forever. And you will be telling your kids. And Gen Z and millennials will be telling their kids, yep, I remember 17% inflation. I remember we didn't have a wall. Can you believe it, kids? We didn't have a wall.
Stephen, you said cocaine.
Drink.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
By the way, Trump $47. Make sure you click the link in the description. We are about 100 subs away from 2024. You're never going to get through this segment.
Okay.
It's just
all
not
right.
going to happen.
So let me look at this.
It's okay.
Everyone shut up.
It's okay.
Okay, don't shut up.
Just go with it, Steve.
Don't shut up. I still love you all. You have a lot of good qualities, but I need to do the segment.
I've been shutting up.
No, I don't want you to shut up.
Listen, do me a favor.
I want him to shut up, and I want you to talk.
Yeah, you shut up. I'm talking over here.
I enjoy talking with you.
Because we have good conversations.
I talk with him out of necessity.
Did you know we're almost at 2024 subscriptions?
I know.
I can't
Isn't
believe
that crazy?
Sign up right now to piss Stephen off.
Sign up right now.
Gerald,
$47.
Gerald is the woman I've been dating for a very long time and am no longer thrilled with.
I heard about that. Actually.
Right now.
We've been friends for a very, very long time. So, okay, let me give you these demos, and all the references are available at louderwithcrowder.com. Generation Z and millennials. Here's a PBS poll, right? Trump is up. This is March 28th. He was up by 2. Okay. Generation Z and millennials, Fox News. This was the March 22nd through the 25th. Trump was up by 21.
And the reason we have those in is juxtaposed to each other. You may not trust Fox.
Right.
But even PBS, when we give you the next number, is going to show you it shouldn't be even +2.
And just to give you an idea, if you just mitigate your losses with younger generations voting, meaning people under 40, you just mitigate those losses to a 15 or 10-point spread, Republicans would never lose an election again, regardless of what happens with black and Hispanic votes. So to be +2, it's a walk-off. It's not even close. Now we look back at the 2020 election, Biden won by 20.
Jeez.
By 20. Let's look at President Trump and the minority voters, so Hispanic voters, right? In 2020, Biden won by 34. Right now, Trump is up by 6.
Wow.
That's a 42-point spread.
Just 40. You're not good at math, but 40.
Wait, hold on. Oh, that's right. 40. Sorry. We're playing the drinking game.
Wait a second here.
You should admonish me. Admonish me.
Give me
And
that
by the way, this is how you can
2024,
also
baby.
trust
Let's
us.
go.
We get anything wrong. And by the way, when I walk out, you admonish me on air. When I walk out, they actually throw cow shit on me.
They do?
Yes.
And
it's like
fruits,
Game of
old
Thrones.
fruits,
They strip me naked and throw excrement on me.
Oh, that's true.
Well, now it's cow piss and it's cans. Cow piss.
Shame.
So 34 and Trump plus 6.
I'm glad you have that on the soundboard. That's great.
Let's look at black men in 2020, right? Donald Trump got 12%. Now 30%. 30%. So he's up by 40 points with Hispanics overall. And you're talking about a double-digit increase, by the way, with both black women and black men. Now, black women don't tend to vote as much, and women in general tend to be more liberal. So any gain there. So Generation Z, millennials, according to PBS, Donald Trump is winning them. Hispanics, according to everybody, Donald Trump is winning them by double digits, or at least a double-digit spread compared to before. If he just is even, just keep in mind, 2020, Biden won them by 34. If Trump lost them by 10, it changes Arizona, it changes Georgia, it changes Nevada. Do you guys understand? But the long ball here is these people will see, if they say, this is where people are, Generation Z, millennials, Hispanics, 30% of black men, they're saying, all right, it's irrefutable at this point in time. All right, this has not gone well.
Yeah.
I'm going to try something different. I really don't like the guy, but it can't be much worse than this. If it's better at all, they're going to stay in that camp. They are going to have ears to hear. Now, in case you're wondering why, so that's the empirical. Let me provide for you the anecdotal, which is what we will be doing on election night. We will have better empirical data than anyone, and I give you my word. 2024, November 2024. What's the date of the election, 2024? I want to make sure I have the date.
It's in November.
I know it's in November. Do we know
I just have to ask.
Can someone tell me the exact date?
Exact date.
All right.
Isn't it?
It's a Tuesday in November.
I know
Steven.
it's a Tuesday. I don't know the exact date.
I'm getting closer.
Election night 2024. I give you my word. We will have better empirical data here because of you, Mug Club, than anyone on Earth. And if not, you will be able to fact check us. If we do not call states and tell you what is going on, at least as accurately, if not better than CNN, then MSNBC, then Fox News, then ABC, NBC, CBS, then Nate Silver, if we do not provide you information that is better than theirs, I'll retire. I'll be done. I give you my word on election night. What we are building here is something that has never been built before. No one's even attempted it because no one really cares to. Everyone just sort of, was it the Thunderbirds or was it the Blue Angels were the one leader?
Lawn darts?
Went right.
I know, that's right.
And then everyone followed them. Every single other fighter pilot just followed them into the dirt. That's what happened, unfortunately, on election night. Now, we didn't follow them into the dirt, but we said, you know what? We think Arizona's too early to call. Something's going on here. And now we know, of course, something was going on.
Yeah.
But we weren't able to fill you in real time.
Look at this.
As to exactly what was going on. Oh, SE Cup.
But I'm not looking at her. Wow, that is bad. Trump leads Biden 49-43 according to CNN poll.
Oh my God!
It's not the bastion of conservatism.
So their equivalent to Frank Luntz. They've
got to be melted.
I've got to
down.
hand this in to. Oh shit!
Hey, which one of those do you think is better at basketball?
That's a good point.
Well, I don't know.
At least we know her hair will.
I'm saying right hand.
At least we know her hair will be out of her face.
Yeah.
Hey, pull up the volume real quick on this. All right. Turn up the volume.
Target those voters and get to them. Let me tell you something they are worried about, and I think all Democrats are, is what's happening on these campuses, what's happening around Gaza. This is something that is
because you're losing Jews.
Flowing, thing.
You're losing the blacks. You've already lost the Hispanics. You're losing the young vote. And in trying to cater to the extreme left, you're losing Jews. What's left?
When it comes to Democrats and when it comes to young Democrats, he's nowhere near here. He's at least 5 or 6 points below where he should be at this particular point. So he has got to find a way to get those Democrats back home, and that will close the gap.
Well, I mean, we were all in Washington this weekend. I've never seen protests outside the Correspondents' Center, certainly not in large numbers, and there were over these protests.
Welcome to 2020, Caitlin.
I hope they were protesting how unfunny it was.
I wish you'd said not even from 2016 to 2020.
Right. Listen, we have 10 more subs to get to 2024. 2024. Be the one that pushes it over.
Trump 47 you could win an AR-15. But okay, I want to show this really quickly before we go to Finnegan, who was outside of the hush money trial.
Don't you dare dismiss it. More to piss you off even further.
If you wonder about these demographics and you wonder why they are changing, this is actually our Mug Club undercover team. They spoke with a security guard at the Roosevelt Hotel. And by the way, we brought you some exclusive footage not long ago where they were actually kicking out our reporters, right? I don't know if you remember the videos about the scooters and the crimes that were taking place. So these people were doing the bidding of the left in New York at that point. These people, by the way, these security guards at the Roosevelt Hotel, they have been involved with housing illegals. They have been there now on the ground. And this person, the race, it's your guess is as good as mine. I'll go with Dominican. They said on camera that they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to vote for Donald Trump.
It's just sad, bro. It's very sad.
Yeah.
That's a Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
I'm not a Democrat no more. I would never be a Democrat.
Yeah.
You're not. Vote blue.
Never again, huh?
Never.
The whole thing, though?
This president sucks. The worst president in history. He should have been retired.
Really?
You know how we retired at 65? He should have been. There's no reason for him to be 80 and still trying to run the country. Can't do it, man.
Yeah.
He should have been retired on a beach, whatever, with his wife. And he's horrible. You see all these white people come through here, they be pissed. They're like, these motherfuckers are coming in and they giving them money all the time.
Yeah.
You got to talk to Sleepy Joe to let him know. He's the one that's doing it. You know how much money he's sending to the Ukraine and Israel?
They snuck in some more the other day.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right? With that just being said, that's a red flag.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's a pup.
Yeah.
You know? I'm over here struggling, making money.
That's crazy.
I said Dominican, Josh.
I say Puerto Rican.
Oh, boy.
I think Puerto Rican.
Don't tell Gay William.
Puerto Rican American, obviously. The guy's
By the way,
been here a long time, but...
What?
2024 has been hit, not just hit, but blown away. So fantastic job, guys. You get
I think that calls for some music.
We do need a little music or some kind of like.
Hey, now this fits the mood, you know? Hey.
By the way, great time to go to crowdershop.com and get this 2024 Trump shirt, Change My Mind. Make sure you go and get it. And Stephen, again, I still have yours over here. I'm not sure why you're not coming and getting it, but whatever.
Is it a short sleeve
Everybody
shirt?
else has it. It's a long sleeve.
It's a long sleeve?
It is.
All right, I'll put on a long sleeve shirt.
You were afraid of the short sleeve.
I will put.
I shamed you into it.
I think that short sleeve shirts are unprofessional and immodest.
Hey,
they are immodest.
You've been working out twice a week at the gym, and good for you. That bicep does have a good peak.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie. Toolman knows it pisses us off. Gerald, as he goes in, he's like, is this good? He's incline benching 225. I don't know. I think I feel a burn. We're like, I hope you burn in hell. He's freakishly strong for someone who does absolutely nothing.
It happened.
Not on squat yet. He's
oh,
working
come
on.
Do that to me, man. I'm working it up. I have nerve damage in my right leg. Come on.
Hey, Tim needs this, all right?
The hashtag is Crowder MAGA Stream, and it is Mug Club is $47 right now.
That's it.
Trump 47 is $47. And you know what? Like we said, 4,700 subscribers, it funds everything for election night. 4,700 funds everything. And boy, we blew past 2024.
Well, and I think, don't we have the newsies for 2024?
Yeah, of course. We have to have the newsies announce it.
Read about it. Humans are literally changing the color of the planet. Scientists are worried. You should be worried. So read about it. Come on, take the paper. Hey, you filthy animal. These are the streets of the civilized people. Read about it, folks.
Don't piss him off. Apparently, the darkies have quite an arm.
Whoa, put that guy on a baseball diamond.
Extra. Don't allow him to play. Read all about it.
It was a different time.
Yeah, they were dicks back then.
Yeah, they were.
May have been slightly racist.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But look, hey, I'm going to make an executive decision here because we know a lot of you aren't able to watch at night. You watch kind of in the morning, on your lunch break, wherever it may be. Don't hate me. We're extending this promo code until midnight tomorrow night.
So it's going through tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, midnight. It's still midnight, so that's exactly what you said, except it's not midnight tonight.
Well, don't turn me into a liar.
I'm just saying it's midnight tomorrow night.
All right.
Midnight
tomorrow night.
Well, look,
we're not done for a little bit here, so do me a favor. Go out and tell your friends right now to tune in because we've got Alex Jones coming on this place in just a minute or two.
Yeah,
here.
and I have to go tinkle.
You have to go wee-wee.
I do have to go. No, it's a big.
Get pissed.
It's a big frothy. There's turbulence.
Frothy? Like this beer. I'm going to have some more.
It's
you
foamy.
doth protest too much.
The bowl has a nice head.
Somebody clear the toilet and/or small teacup for Stephen to pee in.
That's not fair. And by the way, there aren't enough teacups in the world. You need a teacup ride for what I'm about to do to that porcelain. Toolman, bring up what 2024.
They got rid of the porcelain toilets, by the way. They're all cardboard now.
I know.
They're almost deteriorated
it's
now.
It's almost too porous.
Yeah. Whoa, good word.
All right, 2024 subs. Got
we go.
live journalists reporting at the Trump and Biden rallies.
And the Trump, that's going to be a lot of fun. At the Biden ones, we're going to zoom all the way out, Joe. We're zooming all the way out.
All the way out.
It's not going to be a tight shot.
So right now, you have funded journalists, boots on the ground, in 5 major swing states, the cities. Okay, we will have people on the ground. You've already funded the election integrity map that will be interactive, where you can post this in real time, and everyone can see what is going on, and we will be able to verify it. And you also have journalists reporting live at the Trump and Biden rallies.
Yeah.
And 4,700 as we go through tomorrow midnight. That will fund everything. That will fund the ability, our equivalent to decision desk, so that we don't have to rely on anybody else. In other words, if the power goes out, we have a generator, we have a phone line, a rotary phone if we have to. We can give you the info. It doesn't matter if we are suspended on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you guys crash the Rumble servers, because there are so many of you. We will be able to broadcast to you, Mug Club, and you will be able to take part if we hit that 40, which we thought was lofty, but thank you very much for the support. We really appreciate it, and we always want to do.
I want to do it before we leave.
I don't think it's lofty. I think that people want to see this. This is a great tool for people. No one else is doing this. Everyone else, everywhere else, you just pay your cable money. It goes to Cox or Comcast or whatever it is, and then they just give you the same old news on every single channel, and it's all horseshit, really.
Yes. I prefer.
It's not fun.
I prefer
in-depth analysis.
You can watch Wolf Blitzer on election night and not blink for 13 hours straight. It's fucking cool. That guy's not real, man.
No, he's not.
You ever seen him read off prompter? It's like this.
He's like birds.
Doesn't move, doesn't read.
COVID was a pandemic just to change his batteries.
I bet.
All right. So I forgot that we do have live on the ground, of course. You know, you fund this too, our on the ground correspondent at the Hush Money trial. He is down there tonight. Our on the ground correspondent, Thomas Finnegan. Okay, Finnegan, what do you have for us, sir?
Hi, Stephen.
Yes. Hi. Do you have an update on Trump's Hush Money trial?
Yes, I learned that whilst the Hush Puppy is a tasty treat with tartar sauce or ketchup, the real treat is when they are dipped in yellow mustard and paired with an ice-cold Sprite.
Okay, obviously that's the case. But why are you studying Hush Puppies? You're supposed to be at the court for the Hush Money.
Yes, and behind me you'll see the court. And as for the Hush Puppies, the verdict is in. They're good.
According to who? We sent you to New York with explicit instructions to go to Trump's trial, Finnegan.
And I did all that. I'm in New York and at his trial, and I'm waiting for my interview with his lawyers.
Okay, well, we'll check back in with you and lay off the Hush Puppies as we're...
They also have fried fish.
Tim, son of a bitch!
Hush Puppies are good.
Every time.
I'm not entirely sure what they are. I'm thinking of the shoes.
Oh, it's deep fried
batter. It's fried batter.
It's a thing you find at restaurants you don't want to go to.
Long John Silver's.
All right, the promo code is
Trump47.
Trump47, where you get Mug Club right now, and this is just through tomorrow midnight, $47.
Yeah, sorry, I totally messed you up there.
Yeah, we have never done a sale like this because this is a telethon. We are funding directly. Last time I did a telethon, I was waterboarded or watched CNN for 16 hours. I won't do that again.
No.
Maybe in November.
And spiders.
I'm not doing it. Everyone here wants me to put my hand in a bucket of spiders.
1 minute.
in a bucket of spiders.
Well, not a bucket. I don't want them climbing out. It'll be some kind of thing where they can't get out, but you can.
I don't trust you is the problem. I love you very much. I love you very much. You have a lot of good qualities, but I don't trust you to devenomize the spiders.
Oh no, they'll be the boner spider. You're going to go out with a bang.
The Brazilian wandering spider. It does. It gives you priapism, which is you get an erection until you die.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, but the smile on your face lasts a lifetime.
Contact a doctor.
If your doctor's a female.
Listen, this is. Probably need to get serious, I guess. Well,
I have to use the restroom really quickly, and I will be right back as you guys take some. Let's take some live chat.
Right after that, we're going to be just a couple minutes. Alex, hang on with us. He can probably hear us as soon as he gets on. We'll do it. So go ahead and go to the restroom.
All right. I'll be right back. Trump 47. We also have 7+1 new Trump nicknames for Democrats and 7+1 rejected campaign slogans. You let us know what you guys want, but let's take some live chat. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, by the way, head over to crowdershop.com right now. Something I didn't tell you, we have a big sale going on that won't be extended. Sorry, Stephen. We have to make budget cuts somewhere when we extend this. Sorry. You get $20 shirts, $40 hoodies right now. That sale ends, I believe, today, so make sure you go over there. And look, if we get to a later on promo code, it might little number might trigger a discount at the merch shop as well. So we'll see if that happens. So let's take some chats. Do we have any chats that we can pull up over here? I know the overlay machine's been kind of dying on us. You know what? We need some subs to get a new overlay machine.
Please.
Everything's. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we did some
I'm just
updates,
kidding.
and it's being silly
It's
today.
just the updates. It'll be fine. All right, pull up a chat.
All right. Question from Dark Stevie. Question for the crew. If Trump can take one executive action on his day one of new presidency, what should it be and why? Also, happy birthday to our chat Pookie Bear, decent question asker.
Wait, what? It's not her actual birthday.
No, it actually is decent question asker's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Sorry, I said her.
Happy birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
You can gender him how you want.
You can still call him
I think Trump's already said that, though, hasn't he? Didn't he say that was the dictator for a day thing? Like, open the pipes, close the border?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't
drill. That's what he said. Drill, baby, drill is what he said, actually.
Yeah, drill, baby, drill. I think closing the border is the one that I want. I'm just saying right now, the border wall gets done, period. I'm not a big fan of just closing the border down because that doesn't solve the problem. I understand if you want to do that in conjunction with building a wall, but you need to let people come through that have the ability to pass through legally, right? And then you have to make sure that illegal crossings are cut down. If they could shut down the border, period, and make sure 0 people came through, why haven't we done that a long time ago? It's because that's not what they're talking about when they're like, I could shut down the border tomorrow. When Joe Biden said it and then kind of backtracked and was like, I need the ability to shut down the border tomorrow that I don't have right now. They can't do that.
Do you think Republicans in Congress already have a bill written, ready to go?
They don't need a bill. Executive order, he just
For
signs.
a wall?
No. Executive order, Trump doesn't need a bill for that if he wants to do it. Now, should they have a border wall bill ready to go for him to sign? Yes. Should they be putting it out right now? Yes. Even if it gets killed. Just hang on to it until Trump comes to office. Let it be one more reason for people to vote for him.
Sure.
Okay, next chat.
All right. Next chat from Eileen and Fell. Nice. What do you say to those who complain that 2024 is just going to be a repeat of 2020? That it doesn't matter what we do, they're going to cheat their way in again?
Look, if they are cheating, that is one of the reasons that we are doing it like we're doing it tonight. Trump 47 for $47 for Mug Club. We want you to have all of the information. Now, it's not just that night. It's the lead up from this day to that day. We're going to have people on the ground in all of these places. We are going to be at these rallies. We're going to be bringing you what is actually going on, making sure that you are equipped to fight. And look, we sell shirts. Obviously, I talked about this a second ago. Every time I wear the Jesus is risen, change my mind shirt, I get people asking me questions about it or complimenting me or saying, hey, that's a really cool shirt. The reason that we chose Trump 2024 is because we wanted it to be provocative for you to be able to wear something that says, this is where I stand. Please ask me why. And I will tell you, he is a flawed man, but he's the president that we need because we have him or this guy that has destroyed the country. Be ready to give that answer. It's not just an opportunity for us to sell a shirt. We like selling merch just like anybody else, but we're not going to do it as a grift. We're doing it so that people can go out there and make a difference with it. Go out there and wear this shirt in public in places that you don't think they're going to like it. I'm speaking to you, California, New York, Chicago.
Yeah. Plus, if people are worried about the same thing happened in 2024 that happened in 2020 or is speculated to happen in 2020, you can't just give up. You can't just go, well, it's not worth it. It's not worth voting. It's not worth. It's not worth doing anything. Yeah, it is worth it. I mean, you go out there, practice your right. You should.
If this isn't
exercise your right to vote,
then what is? We're that frog in boiling water.
Yeah,
right now we absolutely are. It's like, hold on a second, wait a second. You couldn't educate your own children. Wait a second. You had people who didn't have to pay for their student loans, didn't have to pay for their rent, but you still had to pay your mortgage, or the bank would seize it. Hold on, wait a second. You ran an online company, but you were completely censored from speaking your mind, which now just lines up with the science. Hold on a second. There was a novel virus, and we were told that we didn't know anything about it, but then told that we knew exactly where it came from and how it developed. And if you spoke out against it, even if you were a scientist who worked in these laboratories and understood how gain of function took place and spoke out, you were also silenced. If you were a mortician, you were also silenced. If you actually are if you're Johns Hopkins, you're silenced. If you say we're not going to perform these gender transition operations on children. If you're not going to fight right now and say, well, I guess the Democrats are going to steal another one, then you have no business bitching.
Fight like hell. Yeah. We say, Trump said it. We say it. Fight like hell.
You have to fight like hell.
Be a poll watcher. Make sure they can't steal it again.
And I go further. It's further than just this election. You should live like that.
Yeah.
Your whole life. You're going to have adversity everywhere you go.
Right.
It's no difference with voting. It's not like, what's a Democratic election, so there's not going to be any resistance.
Right.
You still have to be resilient then too, all the time.
You're absolutely right. And let's go to the censorship topic before you guys let me know when we have Alex Jones.
We're trying to get Alex on right now. Until then, just keep rolling.
So censorship. Remember they said, and they're saying this now, like James Carville, you're not going to have any rights or country because you don't want to talk about it. He's 26 years old. Whatever the hell he said.
I'm getting so sick of that. Vote Biden or you're going to lose your country. We already had him for 4 years.
Yeah.
He didn't dictate then either, fool.
Can you give me an example of Donald Trump actively censoring opposition? Matter of fact, a big part of the conflict was that Donald Trump took questions from everybody and insulted them. You kind of have, it's like you have someone who, here's the difference. You have a paper champion, which is former Vice President Joe Biden, who doesn't take on any. Paper champion means someone who doesn't take on any tough challengers. Like you see this in boxing where they take on the number 25th ranked guy, they fight bums.
Okay.
Right? You see Joe Biden, he doesn't take the tough questions, or Karen Jean-Pierre doesn't take the tough questions. If they do, it's a viral moment with Ducey and they don't answer the question. Donald Trump was a roast master. He was Don Rickles, where he took the questions from opposition and yes, made fun of them, was bombastic, but he insulted them. There would have been no conflict if Donald Trump simply censored voices of opposition. You look at any of his press secretaries. It was constant.
Dude,
he never tried to silence anybody.
And then at the Correspondence Center this weekend, Colin Joseph's up there and saying it's our freedom. It's the reason that we're allowed to come up here and say these things and not be arrested after. I'm like,
yeah.
Did he arrest 4 years? Did he arrest anybody? No, he talked shit. Sure,
the DOJ.
He got
FBI
roasted by Michelle Wolf. He talked shit, but he didn't have her. Like, what are you suggesting? Why did you suggest?
Whereas we have an actual administration, the Joe Biden administration, who has had their intelligence agencies arrest people.
They had that Marine father. Sure, he was out of line. He was heckling at the State of the Union. Got it.
Yep.
They could have just escorted up. They put him in cuffs and arrested him.
James O'Keefe. They went through when they said the Ashley Biden diary was not real. You have Biden. So if you want to look at this is a huge issue. And I'm amazed that conservatives don't talk about it more. I mean, they kind of do, but then they so many play ball. I mean, when you have to ask yourself, why did so many conservatives not talk about the lockdowns, not talk about, or some conservatives even say you should get the vaccines, right? So many conservatives, they had to couch it. They said, like, I'm pro-mRNA. I support your right to choose, but of course I follow the science and I'm pro-mRNA injection. We now know that actually wasn't as virtuous as you thought. You were wrong. You were wrong on the science. It's irrefutable at this point, certainly for people under the age of 30 and certainly for children. It may be one of the greatest misdeeds carried out against humanity in history in 10 or 20 years' time, where people say, I can't believe that we did that. But so many conservatives didn't speak out against it.
There will still be people that won't admit it.
No.
There will still be people.
They still won't admit it. When you talk about the censorship, too, let's look at this administration. All references available at louderwithcrowder.com. And this is why we expect our stream to be taken down preemptively before the next election, as happened at the midterms, or during the election, which is what you are funding right now by joining up for $47, Trump 47, or click the link. Biden colluded with big tech. I don't even want to say colluded because it happened out in the open to completely eliminate dissenting viewpoints. You've seen the Twitter files. You saw publicly Jen Psaki call on Spotify, as she called it. She literally called on Spotify to effectively censor Joe Rogan. You had that moment of, we called it the Ministry of Truth. That wasn't the actual department, but Nita Jankowicz, who retired very quickly, which she had a position to basically determine what was disinformation, right? It was the, quote, Disinformation Governance Board of the United States. And at that moment in time, disinformation was suggesting that the COVID virus may have actually been engineered or may have escaped from a lab as opposed to a wet market. Disinformation at that time was saying that children actually should be allowed to learn in schools and they shouldn't be forced to mass vaccinate. Disinformation was to say that lockdowns have more negative effects than positive outcomes. To be clear, the disinformation wasn't COVID doesn't exist. It was, hold on a second, keeping children from learning in school and keeping people locked in their houses doesn't have the kind of quarantining outcomes that you think they do, but they do have negative consequences as it relates to mental health, substance abuse, isolation, general social interactions, which will create a ripple effect that remains to be seen. We were saying that when that was happening at that moment in time, and now, all of a sudden, we have the biggest mental health problem that we've had in our country. We have the biggest substance abuse problem that we've had in our country. We have the highest rates of depression. We have the highest rates of loneliness with young people, people who feel disenfranchised, people who feel disenchanted, people who feel as though they are isolated. Did anyone tell you? It's not what information, when people say, well, that's what people thought at the time. That's what we were told at the time. What information was available at that time? And I really want you to go back in time. I want you to go back in time during COVID, during the 2-week lockdown to stop the spread, during the vaccines that were rolling out, during the shutting down schools, during the shutting down small businesses. And of course, Fauci, of course, you had people in the media saying this is what is necessary. Remember, there was the Imperial College of London, over 2 million people are going to die in whatever it was, 4 to 6 months. Okay, that information was considered the authority. But at that moment in time, was there alternative information pointing to the reality that you live now? The answer is unequivocally yes. There is no doubt about that. There were people at that point saying, hold on a second, these lockdowns are going to have negative consequences. Kids should be allowed to learn in school. We can't be locking. This is going to be an economic catastrophe. There were people when the vaccines came out saying this is untested in the general population. We really don't think that this is something that makes sense for children who are at greater risk of the flu than COVID. That information was available, and you had an administration who came in and silenced it. These are irrefutable facts. The information that they silenced, if everyone had access to it, would it have made your life better? When people say, I don't follow politics. If you don't follow politics, you did not know that your children did not need to get the mRNA injection, that they were at greater risk. If you did not follow politics, you did not know the economic disaster that was taking place, that was orchestrated and people were warning you about. You did not know about the risks of myocarditis and morticians who were talking. You did not know those things. If you had that information available to you then, would you have made better decisions, and would your life and would your country be in a better place? The answer is unequivocally yes. We don't have to theorize about this anymore. We've lived it, and we have lived it at an accelerated rate that has never taken, I would argue, since World War II. COVID was the accelerated social experiment that we have lived in our lifetime. During World War II, you had a war effort because we were facing an active threat, right? A global threat.
Yeah.
Take that global threat, the axis of evil, shrink it down to a microbe, and you have COVID if you believe the threat. And at that point in time, everyone did. That was our equivalent to a war effort, and you were lied to. And the information was available to you, except for the fact that it was banned from big tech. And then you had a former vice president who said, I am going to guarantee that this information is not. Same thing with the election. Implying election interference, immediate ban. Conservatives played ball. And now YouTube says, you know what, you're allowed to do that again. Why? Because they anticipate losing.
Exactly.
They anticipate losing, so you're allowed to question election results again, just as in 2016 you could say the Russians did it.
Yeah. Well, not only that, they know their position is untenable.
Right.
People like us, Rumble exists. Elon Musk buys Twitter. We understand what happened last time, and they cannot hold that ground anymore. You know where Jen Psaki was, actually we have the clip if you want to go to it in just a second, but we also have the Slapshot one, by the way, for a little comedic relief if we're a little bit too serious. But we have that where Jen was saying, hey, ban Spotify. We hope or not ban Spotify. We hope they do more to ban mis and disinformation.
Right.
It was their favorite catchphrase.
Right.
Mis and disinformation, guys. We have to protect you. This is the Russians trying to steal an election.
And of course, we'll tell you, Spotify, what is
exactly
information and disinformation. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
Well, don't check it, but we'll let you know.
What was it on? Was it all of Joe Rogan's episode with Alex Jones that were removed?
I think so. By the way, we're having a little bit of trouble connecting with Alex for some reason right now. We'll see if we can get him for later on in the show. But right now, I know
Tell him to hop in the chopper and get over.
I know. That's exactly what I was going to say. Alex, you going to
Don't worry, Crowder. I'm on my way. I'm not going to rely on Skype or FaceTime or Zoom, whatever people use. I have a helicopter that's going to get me there. I hope I don't get Kobe'd, but the FBI and CIA would put a smile on their face.
Kobe?
I won't give them the satisfaction. I'm a human.
Team humanity. Right now, we did this just to piss you off. So normally we pull up CNN.
Don't.
Right now we pulled up MSNBC.
Oh my God, Lawrence O'Donnell.
Let's pull it up.
Would you stop the hammering? In case you've forgotten.
You're going to assume that they were, certainly competent. They had asked questions, but did they know the full extent of what had actually occurred compared to what Nada had told the FBI just a month before? Because based off what we know now, there's no way I could ever imagine agreeing to let that client walk in there and testify without some kind of arrangement or agreement in advance with the Justice Department lawyers coming back and saying, look, I've been retained. I'm handling this now. Here's what we want to clean up. We want some type of immunity discussion.
I think he needs more degrees on his wall.
Yeah, that's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I don't know
5,
if I fully trust his legitimacy.
7.
Some are yellow. That looks like my uncle's teeth. Some are white, some are yellow.
That's what they appeal to on MSNBC. It's like, well, look at his degrees. It must be true. Look at Fauci. He has a Topps baseball card. You trust him, don't you? What are they talking about right now? They're talking about more of the classified bullshit.
He knew a lot.
All right.
The documents case. I just
Trump indictments drink, by the way. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. We were supposed to finish the drink at the last tier. We've just blown past these tiers.
Need some refills, guys.
All right, I'm drinking.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. The next tier is 2,982 new Mug Club members, and that is the amount of grams of cocaine that were seized at Hunter Biden's compound.
I'll drink.
Yeah,
Hunter Biden cocaine. We're into this bottle here.
2,982. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, there's no way that's an actual. No, it is official. The Newsies will be announcing it, so you know.
And we're just a couple of hundred away from that. So join right now, Trump 47 to get Mug Club for $47. Do it right now, or also you're gay.
Right.
The Newsies. Where'd you get these guys?
I'm just gonna keep.
Where'd you get these Newsies guys? Where'd you get this footage?
I don't know. We have the ability to procure a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it was the Border Patrol. They found them. They said, you know what, these guys, they might be looking for work.
Yeah.
And hey, it's I guess it's Jumanji Jake again. Say hi, everybody.
Hey, Jumanji Jake.
Hey, Jake. I brought you a gift, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet it's a bear.
Yeah.
What? A bear? There's no way that Jumanji Jake in the last 20 minutes or hour, whatever it was, went out, hunted, killed a deadly bear and got it stuffed in a way that's presentable to me.
Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah, let me grab it.
Bring in the gift. Bring in the gift. I
can't imagine.
You guys. Oh, Jumanji Jake.
Wow. I told you.
You've outdone yourself.
Yeah,
wow. Are you serious?
Yeah. No,
How'd you bag this one?
Same way I kill all my trusty watchtower rifle.
You took that thing down with a 5.56?
Well, actually, I killed it with my car, but this was with me, and it put us both out of our misery. So,
it still looks like it's in great condition. So send the taxidermist my regards. Thank you, Jake.
No problem. Gotcha.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, well, you can keep it there. It's fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Wherever you
right
want
there.
Put it. That's
just we can see it in the shadows.
It's very intimidating. I like it. Yes.
Oh, wow.
By the way,
it is in the shadows.
That's a bear in the middle of the room. I'm getting kind of horny.
It's kind of big here. What am I supposed to do with this thing?
I don't.
Play with your kids.
I
Sell
guess.
it. Buy some beer. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, works for me. WatchtowerFirearms.com/Crowder, and if you use the promo code Mug Club, you get $100 off the custom Mug Club rifle and $10 off of accessories along with free shipping. That's WatchtowerFirearms.com/Crowder. It's an American firearms company. A lot of places claim they're American, but really they just have a facility in the States, and they send your money to countries who hate your Second Amendment. And boy,
I gotta get one of these. I got a 1911. It's got a lot of Colt parts in it, but it's made in the Philippines.
Oh boy,
nice gun, but I want an American-made gun.
Yeah, Philippine ladies though, they're nothing to scoff at.
Well, they're not ladies, but I also just got a Walther, so.
Depends on who you ask. The only problem is with the spares, I can't see Lawrence O'Donnell's stupid punham.
Oh, we'll move it. Don't. I just.
No. Steven, he gets down and dirty. He doesn't.
The gloves are sharp.
He doesn't want anybody doing his dirty work for him.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was a real bear. So. Nice.
Well, hold on. Then I won't be able to see.
Well,
that's maybe a good thing.
But you're looking at a bear.
You know what? Hold on a second.
I think you can push it back over there. Barreled? Did you really just do that?
I
yeah.
did.
Oh boy.
Hey, I believe in the right to bear arms. Okay, kick me off the show.
By the way, it's not $10 off accessories. It's 10% off accessories, which could be more than $10, just to make sure. Hey, I have an idea.
What?
Can we call Alex Jones on his phone? Is there a way to do that for us?
Just call him on his phone?
We need to call him on his
That'd
phone.
be cool,
and leave him, like if it goes to voicemail, so if he A, his phone died, B, he fell asleep, we should leave him a voicemail.
No, he gets a second wind right about now, I think.
Yeah, he usually does. That's when I get all of his...
No, but maybe he'll answer.
I get all of his voice texts
problems
where he
solved.
records them.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
In the world? And he gives you like a recipe for making the best scrambled eggs you've ever had, and
Yeah, exactly.
also says, hey, I need to talk to you.
Look, I got this FBI informant. He was talking to the CIA informant where they were trying to take me down. And I've known it for a long time. It just confirmed what I knew. But, oh my God, I need to learn how to make a Western omelet because what's happened, I've been doing egg whites I guess it's out of the carton, but really you got to have whole eggs. And I have chickens out in the backyard, but I've been slacking and picking up the eggs. So I've just been using egg whites and the whole thing runs. I don't know. I had a chef do an omelet bar, but he looked pretty funny.
It's like one rabbit hole after the other.
And I believe every word of it. I'm like, that 100%, that's a real story. The way he tells it, you're like, this is his life, yeah.
Anyway, I also got a good line on some actual practicing witches who, I'll bring to your show. I think we can find them. And, it's a big myth that the witch trials were made up. There actually were witches. They were practicing. And they just use that to throw you off the scent. But
we should get some witches on this show.
I'll bait them in with a few egg white omelets.
Only 382 more subs to go, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Hear more.
Until we hit the
Jones. Yeah, until we
2,982.
Yes,
right.
we're holding out
2,982. The number of grand.
I don't know how long we have to wait until we get the refills on the.
No, they asked us right now if we wanted them, and I said
I said it live on air.
Yeah.
Do we have all right? There's not a whole lot going on in the news right now as far as the live fact checking.
No, I mean, but we can watch CNN for a minute if you want.
Why would we do that? That's a pretty slow news
Maybe
day.
we should comment and
Lawrence O'Crapple.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Chet, we do have some segments that we prepared based on what was going on in the news today. Let me go through foreign policy as far as what's at stake.
Let me give you the news. I'm going to the restroom really quickly.
Oh, my word.
It doesn't necessarily require on the top of the hour news break that he's going to take a tinkle. Oh, I have it on good authority that he has a prostate the size of a grapefruit, and we all do at a certain age. It's kind of like you don't realize when you go to take a pee, you get older, you have pee in reserve, and it just decides to make an appearance after you've left the bathroom. So I have to wear a pad.
How old is Alex?
It's one of those things where I think they'll only find out when I die. They cut me open and count my rings.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's carbon dating. They moved to selenium dating, but it's all satanic.
That's about pretty much exactly the voicemail that I get from Alex Jones.
Yeah, and I love it.
It's a good.
It's real. It's really him. No phony.
So let's look at just foreign policy here when you look at this election.
Alex Jones foreign policy?
Well, you look at foreign policy, but it's one of those things.
He's doing it to himself.
Roger Stone told me about this a long time ago, and the International Clockwork Elves told me about what was happening with Putin in the Ukraine. And I'm not a fan of Putin, right? He's a stooge, but it's also corrupt. It's corrupt all across the board, and I gotta get some Flomax. Jesus, I don't know.
So Russia,
yeah, back to Russia. Everyone thinks it's all like Rocky IV, but they don't have the money for the equipment to have that kind of PSI measuring accompaniments for boxers. Really, if anything, the rules would be reversed. But back to Putin and Ukraine, Zelensky. He's a closet homosexual. He's done it out in the open, plays a piano with his penis, and for some reason we're supposed to be saying
how would you possibly know that, Alex?
I saw it on video, and I played with him one time. I'm not proud of it. It was a karaoke. Told him myself, and next thing you know, I'm in the New York Post. People harass me in Hawaii, and I gotta stop smoking, I'll tell you.
How's your throat doing, Steven?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not doing great, but I think it has something to do with the altitude.
Yeah,
Spent time
I got
mountains
something
there
for
in
that.
Kauai. I did the Walea River the kayak, but someone tried to pull me under. I think it was a swamp thing. Can't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure.
Swamp thing.
Locals told me about it, and they said the swamp thing has been taking out people for decades, and if you talk about it, there is controlled opposition, and the frogs are gay.
So foreign policy as it relates to Russia. I don't know if you remember this. There was Code Pink was a big thing when George W. Bush was president. And then Barack Obama, they kind of disappeared. Where are all the anti-war activists just giving credit to the fact that Donald Trump didn't start any new wars? We'll make all of these references publicly available. Let's compare that directly to former Vice President Biden, right? What happened under his watch in February 2022? Well, okay, wait. Ukraine was invaded. The money committed was $135 billion in direct funding here from the United States. Also, let's note that Russia invaded Crimea in 2014. I don't think that Donald Trump was president. So again, we go back to the 8 years of Barack Obama.
There was a nice break.
There was a nice break.
Between Putin, malarkey.
Well, and that's what they did back then. They said, you're going to have World War III. You're going to have World War III if Donald Trump becomes president. And
That's
we
what
had
they said.
more peace than we had ever had. Objectively, that's just kind of irrefutable.
The Middle East Accords, what are they called?
The Abraham Accords. So that was another thing. Yeah, when we're talking about the Middle East, the Abraham Accords, they were overseen by President Donald Trump then. And this is where multiple countries basically reached peace, normalization with Israel. You had Bahrain, you had the UAE. You also even had the Saudis moving towards normalizing relations with Israel, which I didn't think we were going to see in our lifetime.
And I wonder how many of these students protesting know about this.
Yep.
How about they go, whoa, we
don't even know why they're protesting.
They don't. They really don't. I've seen the interviews. We should be out there interviewing these stupid.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Justice Kagan is saying some bullshit. Let's read Justice. She said the framers did not put an immunity clause into the Constitution. They knew how to. There were immunity clauses in some state constitutions. They knew how to give legislative immunity. They didn't provide immunity to the president. And, not so surprising, they were reacting against a monarch who claimed to be above the law. Wasn't the whole point that the president was not a monarch and the president was not supposed to be above the law? All right, so if there's no immunity, former President Obama, those unmanned drone strikes against civilians, you never see the light of day again.
About that.
No presidential immunity. George W. Bush, you're in prison for life.
I mean, every president, right?
No presidential immunity. Hey, I'm sorry, former Vice President Biden. I don't know if you know about the Afghanistan withdrawal, but a lot of people died under your watch, and you went against the advice of commanders. So, sorry, you now get to see the sun from your prison rec time at 18 minutes a day. Of course, there needs to be some form of immunity for a president making wartime decisions. That's always been the case. They'll say this. They'll say, well, this wasn't necessarily put in the Constitution. Okay, but why is there precedent? The Supreme Court Justice Kagan knows better. Why have they not put a president behind bars for something that has always been a misdemeanor?
It's also not the same crime. It's not a war crime he's being tried for.
No.
In fact, dude. If they I didn't mean to do this to you. I didn't mean to get you going.
Dude, right?
That accidentally was a soft D. I didn't mean to do that. Dude, seriously.
Dude, seriously, right? All I'm saying is, okay, so if he paid money to a fucking bank, right? And they were happy to pay him back, they wanted more loans. Dude. They were like, and then you have people on it. You said it, and I thought that. Shut the fuck up. I'm not saying that you don't have people, right, who put their money in some Swiss bank account, try and avoid the tax man, right? They look around first. But this shit, come on.
Nothing but hard D's from me from now on. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
But if he had done anything warlike. There's that war crime indictment right there.
I know.
They don't even have a serious, that's the thing is what do you think he died on 91? Were any of them murder or something fucking crazy, like a war? What are you talking about? He's a fucking ugly chick said he touched her, and then some fucking porn star said he fucked her. Then he didn't, and then she said he did, and then she said he didn't. Then she got paid for hush money, and she won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Supposed to hush. You're supposed to hush. It's null and void now.
Dude.
He should get that money back at least.
Dude, you're a porn star who had sex with someone for money? I'm supposed to be mad about that, right? That's what you do, right?
Hush money. Yeah, he's married.
I'm not saying there aren't monsters who go around killing hookers, right? In Crenshaw, some shit. Just saying. Dude. Stormy Daniels, I'm supposed to be shocked?
Uh-oh.
Like every consensual...
Dude.
What?
The impression's too good. I've heard the special 3 times.
That's a ding.
Oh, what happened?
What'd you do, Stormy Dan?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
he said it. You said it. I was thinking it. You said it. All right. Fine. I guess I'll drink.
All right, I have an idea. Here, hear me out. Hear me out. Look, we're a couple hundred away from our next target. 2982, the number of grams of cocaine
that were seized at Hunter Biden's company.
Cocaine, Hunter Biden.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so Hunter.
What? Wait, is that true?
Yes.
That's a lot of grams.
How many grams?
Coke. The news will announce it. In case
2,982 grams.
2,982
It doesn't sound as cool when you say almost 3 kilograms.
Like, sign up right now.
That's
Trump.
The metric system sucks.
Listen, Trump 47. Click the link in the description. You get Mug Club for $47. And when we hit this next target, Steven's going to take out his phone and he's going to call Alex Jones live on air. Because that's how we're going to do this. We're not going to use Skype. You can turn the screen away so people can't see his phone. But then we're going to call him and see if we can leave him a voicemail, or maybe even more hilariously, get him to answer the phone.
Okay, we'll take this in chat, a poll. Who do you want me to call Alex Jones? Well, who should call Alex Jones?
I think Alex Jones.
It could be Bill Burr calls Alex Jones.
Hey, he doesn't have my number.
It could be Sam Elliott. It could be
Bill
Richard
Burr.
Pryor. It could be Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Nah, he's never going to believe Bill Cosby.
That's true. That's a fair point.
How about
Trump?
No, I don't know if he'd
Trump call Alex Jones.
I don't know.
I feel like he would know.
Or Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Trump. Maybe
Listen,
Trump.
it's a moot point unless you guys get us there.
Yeah,
Trump 47. Let's go.
Call him as RFK.
Hold on. And by the way, just don't do that. He'll hang up. He'll be like,
Steven, I can't listen to this. I'm sorry. I know it's you, but I gotta go. This hurts my throat.
Oh, God. Well, Alex, I'm telling you about you've been ahead of the curve on vaccines.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, RFK. I can't understand what you're saying.
Just call Alex Jones as Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Mimic what he
That's
says.
funny.
All right, so
he'd like that.
Alex Jones gets called as Alex Jones.
He'd like that.
All right, that'd be
It's
pretty
flattering. He'd like
That'd be
it.
hilarious. So
My phone is in my office.
We'll get it. So somebody bring us Steven's phone so that we'll have it ready as soon as we hit this. Trump 47. You know you want to hear this. Really quickly before we do that, Biden actually went on the Smartless podcast, I guess, tonight.
Aptly named.
What is that?
And said he is losing to Trump because of disinformation.
Oh, I thought he was going to say the Jews.
Disinformation, which is what we get accused of. Do we have that?
I mean,
Tim? I think you're going to.
That's kind of true because of the whole faking disinformation and censoring speech. Yeah, people
played
are
against him.
Yeah,
I think we should. I think we should listen.
All right, let's
the
listen to what the
president.
former vice president has to say.
Yeah.
How is it even necessary to have half a president campaigning against the other guy? It is shocking to me that it takes the amount of effort to be competitive against someone who just, in my opinion, is just running for the wrong thing.
Well, lots changed. A lot's changed in how you communicate. A lot's changed in information, and so much disinformation out there. And you know, it's really and it's hard to communicate even today when you do accomplish some.
Let's go back to the beginning.
That's why he hasn't called his granddaughter.
I want to hear what Jason Bateman. I want to play what he says again, and then I will repeat it to you.
Do it
with context. Play it again. What Jason Bateman says, where it's "Come again, stupid."
How is it even necessary to have half a president campaigning against the other guy? It is shocking to me that it takes the amount of effort to be competitive against someone
All right,
who
pause it.
just...
The amount of effort. Do you mean the amount of effort that pumps your shitty podcast that no one wants to listen to the top of the App Store and Spotify? Do you mean the amount of effort in billions of dollars in free advertising that you get on ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, what's the CNBC, all in the New York Times, on the Hill, Washington Post? Do you mean all the free advertising? Do you mean how much effort is required to be competitive when you quite literally have Alphabet, Google, Amazon, Spotify, at that point Meta, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, remove negative stories about your son that directly implicate the former vice president of the United States? Do you mean the kind of competitive edge that you may have in actively calling upon these big tech platforms to remove points of view that they don't? And not just Donald Trump, by the way, who's been banned, which is also something that's incredibly disconcerting. But once they removed Donald Trump, they, of course, not only had yours truly suspended, but requested that Joe Rogan have episodes removed, which, by the way, Spotify did. What kind of a competitive edge? Just changed not only the 5-to-1 funding that you get from the Democrats, which, by the way, largely comes from nonprofits and unions who get to extract them from their members and them have no say in it whatsoever, even if they're in a state that should technically be right to work. You have an advantage of 5-to-1 spending, and if you actually take into account the free media advertising that you get, we've watched it tonight. Have you seen anything on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, have you seen anything positive toward Donald Trump? You complain about an unfair... No, the fact is you are starting with a handicap that is unprecedented in any election outside of actual dictatorships, outside of actual fascist dictatorships. Think about this for a second. Pinochet didn't have the kind of advantage when up for re-election that Joe Biden actually has. Pravda couldn't help someone who was a fascist oligarchist better, more effectively than the media entertainment industrial complex. Right there, Jason Bateman and Will Arnett, who have been on set their entire lives. I guarantee you on the set of Arrested Development. I guarantee you on the set of his shitty little films with Jennifer Aniston. Not one person said, hey, you know what you're about to say? Hey, I disagree with it. And say, huh? What? No, one person ever, and I bet you he was probably pretty polite about it, Vince Vaughn would be the only person who Jason Bateman has ever faced in the last, 3 decades of his life with a differing point of view. When he sits there and says, why with this effort to even campaign, just half a president. Okay, you know what? I'll grant you that, half a president, because he's not really all there. He's half there, former Vice President Joe Biden. It doesn't change the fact that every single dollar that could be put on a ledger of free advertising has gone directly to Joe Biden and the DNC. The fact that you're right, we're saying the same thing. It shouldn't even be close. If you were to equalize that, if you were to level the playing field, guess what? You lose every single time. I'm amazed that Republicans, how in the hell is Donald Trump winning with Gen Z and millennials according to PBS? He's not able to speak to them directly. He's bogged down with sham trials. The guy can't even get out except for 1 day a week. And he's winning with Hispanics. Think about that for a second. Yes, I'm asking the same. That must mean that your policies are so god-awful and are so wholeheartedly rejected by the American public that in spite of the fact that you and your Hollywood elite podcasting buddies, who suck, by the way, at hosting, and no one wants to listen to you.
And have one character.
And have one character, if not for tens of millions of dollars in free advertising, that you would never, and your people would never win an election again. Just look at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Every single person there was bending over for Joe Biden saying, I don't know, there's nothing funny. Every single person in your industry, every single anchor, every single host, every single major news outlet has been carrying the water for this corpse of a former vice president. The only reason that it's close, the only reason that Donald Trump is winning is because of how there's nothing. Let's just add this up. What would Donald Trump have? Who wants him to be president? He doesn't have anyone in big tech. He's been removed from Facebook, from Instagram. He was removed from Twitter. Why? What? It shouldn't even be close. What does he have? You have all of these things, okay? The entertainment industry, all of media, all of big tech, all of DC, the think tanks. He has one thing. Only one. Results that are better than yours. Doesn't have a way to amplify it. It's in spite of everything you have. And these guys sit there and go, oh my God, I can't believe we have to pull some more corruption. We have to stack the deck in our favor more. It's not enough. What else? This is why they're beside themselves. What else do they do? What else can they possibly do? Well, we can't enlist any more media outlets. Let's bitch about Fox News. Let's make sure that Louder with Crowder is removed from YouTube. And then ban Rumble. Try and ban Rumble if they still speak there. There's no other trick left to pull. It couldn't be more clear. They can't believe that it's competitive. I can't believe that it's competitive. But here's my position. If you just even the playing field, meaning if we just went ABC, CBS, and just NBC had to be balanced. If we said CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, you know what? Instead of Fox News, let's make 2 networks. You know what? You guys get Google and YouTube, and we get to have equal airtime on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok. How about that? If we make all of that neutral, it's not even close. Let's just give you a 2-to-1 advantage. We're saying the same thing. I cannot believe that not only is it competitive, that if the election were held today, it is a walk-off. And he's saying, I can't believe that it's competitive. What does it take? I don't know. Straight out election thievery, I guess. You have my phone? Is that what's going on?
It's going to happen.
These people are so disconnected, man. The elite is so disconnected from, regular everyday Americans, middle class down.
I know.
Middle class down. And especially with, you were talking about, I didn't want to interrupt you because I know you're getting to a point, but You were saying the Hispanic voters and such. What this and what that? Well, they're not paying attention to that. They don't give a fuck about DC.
Right.
They don't give a shit about what celebrities think.
No.
Absolutely.
You're talking about people who are either children of or people who are currently, first, second generation or whatever it is, working their ass off, trying to build their own generational wealth in their family, trying to own property. The American dream, dude. It's still alive in so many people, especially in immigrants. For crying out loud, they came here for a reason.
You know what my dream is? Air conditioning. Is it just me or is it hot in here?
It is a little bit
Can
warm
you check
over
that,
here.
Jill? That's right near you.
We're drinking too.
That's
We're drinking
also
too.
why I wore a short sleeve shirt. I'm just saying. So, by the way, we are less than 100 people away from you having to call Alex Jones live.
Is that on the 2,982?
2,982. We
and
are
again,
so close.
Trump 47. That's the promo code. Just click the link in the description. We're extending it. Son of a bitch. We're extending it.
No more
tomorrow
refills for Steven.
Don't say that. Come on.
4,700 funds everything.
I'm an encourager. What's it called? Instigator. I'm an instigator.
You're an enabler.
Gaslighter.
I'm an enabler and a gaslighter. You know what? And you can't tell me anything differently. You're wrong. I'm right.
Yep. I believe that's. I'm going to say sweating.
I've been sweating like a dog in a
I mean, it actually feels. It feels.
Somebody has to show up.
It feels kind of fine to me. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
No, it's normal. I just feel hot. I guess I'm getting too.
It's a little bit of the drinking, a little bit of the flannel.
You went on quite the rant just a second ago.
I mean, is it me? Like, no, is it me that's like, it shouldn't even be close.
No, he goes on that podcast and basically is starting to blame disinformation for him not doing well. And it's like, no, your record is why you're not doing well. We're swinging a weighted bat, basically, trying to play the same game that you guys are. And it doesn't even make any sense. Like, it's not even rigged enough.
Let me ask you this. Jason Bateman. And by the way, this is his thing. And he's a great actor, but this is his thing. Anytime. Yeah. This is Jason Bateman. You want to know any Jason Bateman movie or role? He goes,
25 more subs until we get it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. 25 more.
Well, looks like Donald Trump's going to win the election, so let's put a cap on that. Okay. That's everything.
He has one character. I like watching him. He does a great job.
Actor.
But some of these actors, they only have like one. I mean, I can't get enough of it, obviously, but he'll do one character. And Will Arnett's not too far off from that, too.
Do you think that Will Arnett and Jason Bateman, do you think that they would have a chip in their brain to understand being suspended or removed from YouTube or any big tech platform?
No, come on.
These guys are rebels. Great. They go to
Hollywood
parties.
They get it. Because
these
in Hollywood, they have the big five, right? The big five agencies.
Right.
It's like if you do something silly, I mean, I've seen it with comics. You do something silly, and then boom, everyone, I don't want to call him out because I think he's a good guy, whatever, but Carlos Mencia happened to him. He got blacklisted by everybody.
Right.
After Rogan called him out. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. I'm not going to name everybody.
I mean being censored. In other words, they have a podcast.
Being censored,
they live in a very different world than we do. There is zero risk, zero threat of Jason Bateman, of Will Arnett, who are having the former vice president, Joe Biden, on their show. There is zero risk of them ever running afoul of the most powerful people in the world. You do have to ask yourself this. Why is it that only the most poor, the people who don't pay anything in income taxes and federal income taxes, support Democrats, and the wealthiest of the wealthy, the Bezoses, the Zuckerbergs, the Dorseys, the Susan Wojcicki's, why is it that those people always support Democrats? You have people who are in the slums and Silicon Valley, and the people who are middle class, upper middle class, people who start businesses where you go, that's a $10 million business, and the business owners may be taking home, I don't know, $200,000 a year in a place like Manhattan, which of course, is not quite what the president makes at $400,000. But my point is, why is it all the middle class to upper middle class people who are affluent but not crazy wealthy, who've built it themselves, where you're not talking about generational wealth, why is it that those people always support conservatives, Republicans? And why is it that Jason Bateman, that Will Arnett, and if you were to look at anyone in that show at Arrested Development or any of these, take your pick, Parks and Rec, Amy Poehler, outside of one person, Chris Pratt, who's relatively silent on politics, why is it that all of them line up with the most powerful people who have ever existed? Lockstep, where they don't even run the risk of not being invited to cocktail parties. At a certain point, don't you say, hey, hold on a second, if I'm going to speak truth to power, what happened to the idea of the proletariat, the idea of fighting back against the elite? Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, I guarantee you not only get invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner that you see, the Colin Josts, they get invited to the Eyes Wide Shut parties with big tech oligarchs. There's no doubt about it. They never have to fear missing an invitation in the mail.
And I bet they have a lot to say about Trump's hush money trial in New York City, but nothing to say about the guy they're about to work for again, Harvey Weinstein. Nothing to say about that. He's scot-free. Look at, he's out, baby. Get him a blowjob. Get another movie. Get another movie. Put your chapstick on. Get ready, Bateman.
Get yourself an Oscar.
Listen, it's time to bring on the Newsy Boys because we just hit the threshold, baby. Goal
I told you.
Yeah.
2,982 new Mug Club subscribers, which is the official number that we have, according to the media.
Yes.
Of grams of cocaine seized at Hunter Biden's compound.
Right.
And
so many grams.
That's so many grams.
That's so many grams.
We're getting into kilogram territory. So let's
I'm trying to do the math. The gram's like 80.
Well, let's have the Newsies announce it
Wow,
first.
you froze. Reboot? I don't know.
80 times 29, 82.
People didn't think that was an actual tier. Newsies, what say you?
Extra, read all about it. 2,982 new subscribers for Mug Club.
Extra, read all about it. Also, today's headline from The Guardian says difference is beautiful. Pregnant trans men go for a swim in pictures.
Wow, I'm sure the drag is high on that.
I threw up in my mouth a little. Extra, read all about it.
Also, drink. We just said cocaine hunter like 54 times.
We did. I'm about to say it again, so a second drink. But
what is happening?
Hold on. We hit a goal, so you have to drink all of it.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. I love that news. So at 80 grams, $80 per gram, 2,982 grams. That's $238,560.
Okay.
A lot of coke.
It's probably a little cheaper if you buy in bulk. I'm not.
What is
I don't know. I'm sure there's like a discount or something, but
jeez,
probably.
Was it all for him?
All right.
No, come on.
Wait,
He's got like
we're supposed to finish
chicks
the
or
drink?
whatever. He's got.
Well, that's the
his
drinking game rules.
Dad, brother's wife. He's snorting lines off.
All right. I guess we have to finish the drink every
You
time.
have to finish the
Can I
drink.
drink half of it?
Yes, because you have to talk.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
have
you
to
gotta-
call Alex
I have to
Jones.
land
keep
this
this-
plane.
yeah,
What do I
yeah.
call- Does he know that I'm going to be calling him?
No, of course not.
No.
Now,
I mean, he should know.
That would ruin the fun. Now, of course, if he picks up, you
Wait,
tell him
does it-
immediately that he's live.
Of course.
Real quick, does
Right.
his voicemail read his number
Oh,
when it
interesting.
doesn't pick up? Because
You want me to
they're,
call him
they're
and
getting
find
it.
that out?
Yeah, I think
Hold
we
on,
should
I'll-
find it out first.
Wait, what?
You know, the voicemail says you've reached number.
Oh, yeah.
Does it do that, or does it say
Well, I'll
Alex
just hang-
give a
I'll-
greeting?
I'll hang up.
I'm sorry, but 619-423.
Well, you want to call and verify first?
Yeah, but
Yeah, verify.
voicemail. That'd be kind of fun.
No, I don't want to leave a voicemail. I want to talk to the man. You're just
And
calling.
I saw a chat suggesting that you call him if he does pick up as Alex
All right,
from
we're
the
clear.
future.
We're clear.
That's funny.
Or clear?
Like knocked my headphones off.
All right, so it doesn't give his number.
No, it doesn't give his number. If it does, hang up.
My phone was on Do Not Disturb, and I just got 6
Throw it
new
away.
texts, and now
Throw
it's
it away if you
distracting
do it.
me.
Okay, so here's we have to start with. Alex, I'm a little sorry. We were running a little late for your hit, but because we were running a little bit late, and that's
Okay,
maybe why we missed him.
All right.
Oh, is that why?
We love you, Alex.
All right.
You've reached the voicemail of Alex Jones. Please leave your name and number, and I'll get back with you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, press 1 for more options.
Hey, Alex. Sorry that a lot of crowd was late for your hit. I know they're running late. Donald Trump Jr. that guy loves to hear himself talk. But look, this is me calling you from the future. Look, I mean, I can Monday morning cornerback it, but we've all made good decisions. We've made some bad decisions. Obviously, you made quite a few bad decisions, namely missing the Crowder Trump 47, the mega live stream. I think it's one of those things that you'll have to live with yourself for making that mistake. But, at the end of the day, the truth is we don't have the budget for DeLorean. Overlords today. So you were right. People should have listened to you. The International Clockwork Elves actually have taken over half of Congress now. It's a new party. It's kind of like the Whig Party, only they drink too much. They talk a lot. So really the government's in dysfunction. And I will tell you this. I wish that everybody listened to you. Alex Jones was right. And I think that you'll probably be on the election stream 2024 and doing more work there at Mug Club, which is really the one shining light because it's what keeps Skynet from falling. All right. Sleep well, my sweet princes of Maine. You kings of New England. Love you, brother.
There you go.
Nice.
He's gonna wake up and that'll be on his show tomorrow.
He's gonna be like,
I knew it.
Was it Princes of Maine, Kings of New England? I don't know what it was.
Kings of New England.
Cider House rules.
I don't know what we got. I don't know where we go from here.
I don't know where we go from here.
Top that. That's hilarious.
We have 7+1.
Oh, that's right. We have a 7. Okay,
And
which
I think we have to check back in with Thomas.
Okay, before we go to a 7+1, should we just keep 7+1? Should we just? Well, are we going to Mug Club tonight, or are we keeping everything?
I mean, maybe we'll see.
All right.
The night's early.
Yeah, let's do it.
bro.
Let's take some chats.
All right, hold on a second. Where am I going? Oh, that's right. I forgot.
we
Is he
have
on
to
the
check.
line?
John?
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
For our on-the-ground correspondent for the Hush Money trial, let's go now live.
Different guy. Sorry.
To, I don't know why we still. By the way, they told me that I wasn't shiny. I am clearly shiny.
You're a little shiny.
I look like a wetback of the Rio Grande. Let's go. I'm sorry.
Okay, Finnegan, looks like you're actually at the right court, though I seriously doubt anyone else is there.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi. What do you have for us tonight?
I was able to speak with 2 attorneys from Trump's legal team.
Finnegan, that is actually great work. Dare I say I'm proud of you. What did you find out?
Thank you, Stephen. I was able to confirm that they do indeed also love hush puppies.
What? You were supposed to ask them about Donald Trump. God. Tim, cut the feed and cut his per diem.
Trump likes them too.
No. Hey, by the way, also what your Mug Club membership supports is, of course, Josh Firestine's first comedy special, American. It's available there on Mug Club.
Watch it now.
And you can go and watch it.
Now. Yeah, watch it on Mug Club. We got a bunch of new subscribers. I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't have any dates right now, which is a good sign of how good I am. But I...
It's a good word.
I was quoting my brother who has Down syndrome, and so yeah, but they demonetized me. So go watch it on Mug Club. I got a bunch of new subscribers here.
Yep.
Enjoy it. If you don't like it, just let it play all the way through.
And
put it on mute.
And you can watch it now for less expensive, where it's Trump 47 for $47. Mug Club now, I guess, through tomorrow midnight. 47. What is something happening on? Is it
No.
MSNBC?
So one of the reasons that we're doing this right now, look at that. Trump struggles to win over Nikki Haley voters. This is a Democratic strategist that they have on right now. Their plan is to go, Donald Trump is so bad that you guys have to vote for Joe Biden. That's one of the reasons that we are doing this tonight, to make sure that everybody is behind Donald Trump, even if you are a Nikki Haley voter, DeSantis voter, a Vivek Ramaswamy, or maybe if there was, what was that guy, the governor from one of the Dakotas, I think? Bergam, whatever his name was. Very nice guy. He looked like Count Dracula.
Doug Burgum.
Yeah. So
Doug, it was Doug.
Mr. Burgum.
What a name. That's not a presidential name.
He's gay.
He is,
All right.
maybe a little.
They had
bit,
two
because
different intros.
He did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So.
I don't remember which one was the first era.
No, but that's their whole strategy, is to make sure that you guys don't vote for Donald Trump, right? It's going to commercial. Fine, I understand that. But literally, that's what they were talking about. They were right before we went to that screen, they had the Chiron down there, said their strategy to win over Haley voters for Biden.
Yeah.
And that's the whole goal.
You mean Democrats?
Yeah.
Win over Democrats?
No, I know. They were
you
mostly Democrats.
Can I ask you something, Stephen? And Gerald too. I want to know. Do you think? Well, you guys are so much smarter than me, and I asked the host first, then the other smart guy. Do you think that these people believe what they're on CNN, MSNBC, all these celebrities? Do you really think that they really want Joe Biden as a president? I don't think
they don't want Trump. As
they
president.
don't want Trump.
They're
and
embarrassed
I get that.
by Biden. They're embarrassed by Biden. They don't want Trump, though. They would prefer anyone but Trump, but they definitely are embarrassed.
At some point, you gotta kind
of back.
I wouldn't say you gotta let your pride come forward.
Right.
You got to be like, hey, this is. I mean, no, that's what Biden does at the White House. But I mean, at some point, you got to go, hey, I'm a Democrat through and through. But this sucks.
Yes.
That's too hard
I mean,
for
at
him,
some
man.
point,
right? They drank the Kool-Aid. It's way too hard for him to admit that.
So listen, I heard a theory about this, and I tend to subscribe to this a little bit, but I do still think there is a way to replace Joe Biden later in the game so that there is really no race that you don't have to go in.
What did we bet? We bet something substantial that you said he was not going to be. I don't remember what it was.
He's not going to be the nominee.
We can. It's on video. We can find it. I remember that day.
I don't think you're right because we don't record anything around here. What I'm saying is that I think that this theory is a little bit true of the voters right now. They have shifted gears into defending Biden, and so they can't get out of that gear.
How could I agree.
That's only half my theory, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have been drinking. I interrupted you.
No, it makes it funner.
I was going to say,
thanks.
How do they? I don't understand the political world as much, and so I'm always quite curious. If President Biden dies, God forbid, then Kamala takes charge, right? And then after Kamala, it's the Speaker of the House, yada yada. How do they replace Biden without making it Kamala?
No, it's
how does that happen?
It's a candidate. It doesn't matter who's vice president right now. She didn't even have to.
You're saying, well, he's saying during the election.
How does the DNC do this during the election?
If Biden wins and he's still, then it becomes Kamala, and then she sleeps with half of
They can
Congress.
do it after the convention if they want, behind closed doors. It doesn't really matter. They have rules that they can do this. So that's why I think that it.
Although the people at convention, the super delegates, they're going to convince Kamala that they do have that power, and she's going to perform fellatio on them.
On all of that's a lot of fellatio.
Can Biden not still run? though?
No. If he's not the nominee from the, you got to get nominated at the.
I guess you could go as an independent, right?
No,
that's not going to happen.
It's with the Democrats really rig it with super delegates. They have a different system than Republicans do. It's a lot of fun. It's a coronation.
I think
that's why Bernie got screwed by Hillary in 2016. Gotcha.
Okay.
So I think that's what's going to happen. I really do. I think there is going to be a replacement because his record is so bad. The polling is only going to get worse. But right now, they are bought into the idea of defending Joe. And so they can't go back and go, we were wrong. And I think they had a moment in time where everybody was like, do you remember when the media, CNN and all these guys were like actually saying Joe Biden wasn't doing a great job? That was their opening. Trailing in the polls. And we were like, wait a minute, what's going on? This is really weird. Now they have pivoted to Joe Biden is doing a great job. Most Americans just don't know about it though. Right, and they've gone to that. I'm not kidding.
You're not seeing it in your everyday life.
And we're not going to tell you either.
The counterpoint is the grocery store.
I know. I was listening to the Sunday shows, and they're like, "We're doing a terrible job of telling people how good they're doing." I'm like, if they're doing well, you won't have to tell them; they'll know it.
Remember when gas prices went down for Christmas, and then they fucking bragged about it, and then it's like, oh, why aren't you bragging anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so hey, look, we've got a surprise.
What?
Four-legged friend that we would like to bring into the studio.
What is happening?
Can we bring him in, guys? If you can hear me, bring in our next.
Have they been drinking out there? They're supposed to not.
I hope
so.
We can I hope so. I'm looking at the chat, and they're absolutely drinking out there.
There we go. That baby.
Oh, hey, Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
All right, go see Joe Lewis.
Is he wearing Jumanji Jake's jacket?
Hopefully he ate Jumanji.
Got a note.
Jake.
He's gonna get that bear, dude. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
You know about this bear?
He's pissed.
It's okay. Look, it's just a fake.
He's like, I'll kill him if I have to.
I don't think he's scared of it. He's just like, do I got to do something or what?
If he pees on the bear, I'm gonna die.
Friends.
He's looking at the bear like, I'm not sure what I should be doing here. There's a note there. You have to open the note, apparently.
There's a note there for you, Steven.
What was that?
There's a note there for you.
A note. Right on
Joe Lewis.
Seriously?
Gerald from Jumanji Joe.
It's to Gerald,
It's a
actually.
messenger doggo.
It's a messenger
You're a
doggo.
messenger doggo.
I thought it was a doggo, but whatever.
No, he's got Doug on the brain.
He's staring out the corner of his eye at the bear. He doesn't matter what I do.
He's like, get me out of here.
I think we can do this. Don't do that to Joe. It's like you're screwing around with a bear.
Dude, Joe Lewis is too smart for this.
He knows it's dead.
Oh, good boy. You got him. He's dead now.
Yeah, now he is. Watch out, those claws are sharp. Attaboy, Joe.
He's still looking back. Still looking back at the bear. No, like,
Yeah, be careful. Christy Nome may come into the studio and shoot him if you're not careful.
Hey, that was a farm or something, I heard.
That was completely indefensible. Kirsten, I was like, who thought this was a good idea?
I saw a list, by the way, the other day, a list of people who hate dogs.
Oh, come
It's
on.
like, gee.
Like, yeah. Well, think about it though. Like, if she would have just said, like I knew someone who had to put a dog down at one point because he was like injured, and like, you have to take him out behind the barn. It's like it broke my heart. But her big mistake was saying like, I hated that freaking dog. It's like now you're enjoying it.
Now there's some vengeance.
I hated that dog, but then it killed me to kill that dog.
Right.
Something like that. You can't do it.
Like I was waiting for the redemption arc.
There was not.
And then I realized that it was not my job to play God, but instead she's like, I killed that dog, dude, and I felt like God.
Oh my gosh.
That's a great gnome impression.
It's a pretty good gnome. I've been working on it.
I hope that's not the vice president candidate.
I've been working on them. What's the letter?
Donnie
from
J, if you're watching,
do me a favor. So Trump 47, go to the website right now. Link is in the description. louderwithcrowder.com/mug club. Trump 47 for $47 for Mug Club. We are getting closer to our next goal, but to add a little incentive, we're going to do $1,000 for a new subscriber randomly and an existing subscriber. Again, the existing subscribers get to play in this game. We're going to randomly pick. If we get to our next goal, we're going to randomly pick
in our next
subscriber
goal
to give $1,000 in cash to. So if you spend $47, $1,000, I don't know which one is higher, but I'm pretty sure it's a good investment.
These deals are better than Verizon, folks.
They are. Absolutely. And one of our
not as good as Vonage
subscribers will get not $47.
$47.
They'll get $1,000 as
so $1,000 to an existing Mug Club member, $1,000 to a new one, an AR-15 to an existing Mug Club member, an AR-15 to a new one.
Oh, sorry, 3,500 is the next goal. Just so you know.
Oh, okay, 3,500.
3,500.
All right, 35, and then 4,700 funds the entire election night. If we, there you go.
We go.
So, all right, that's Trump 47, and we are going. I don't know how late we're going to go, but it's time for. I don't know if you know this, but former Vice President Biden isn't as good with the nicknames.
He doesn't even try. Really, it feels like.
Right, and so we actually now have, because we had Donald Trump Jr. on the show earlier, and he actually sent us a note where we actually have the list that President Donald Trump has been sort of assembling for Democrats, the nicknames, the new nicknames. So that brings us to this week's 7+1.
You forgot the one in the chamber.
And they always forget the one in the chamber.
Always, every time.
7+1 nicknames for Democrats.
Sometimes I forget the one in the chamber, and then I go,
it's like a bonus.
There's another one. This slide didn't lock. I got another one.
You got another one. And the guy who receives them is most happy.
Yeah, he's very happy.
Well, I miss every shot, but.
Well, that's okay. You have one more. You have a bonus one.
Yeah.
So this is 7+1 Trump nicknames for Democrats. And you can, of course, follow along. Number 7. I don't like this.
I do.
Number 7. Nicknames. Fun Bags Pelosi. It's the only thing fun about her expensive refrigerator and her tits.
Aww. You have to do all of them.
This is more, frankly, this is more descriptive of this person, an awful person. Number 5, Kamala. You know her as Kamala Harris, people. She's Kamala Horris.
Oh my
lots of sex with lots of people, namely mayors.
Well.
Mustn't be afraid to aim a little higher, love.
And super delegates.
7+1 Trump. Me. That's me. Nickname for Democrats. Number 4. Not as vile. Wretched Gretchen. That's just kind of a rhyme. Really. That just rhymes is what it is.
I like it. It works. need a sip.
Number 3. Rashida Hijab. Hijab.
The hijab hooker. That's the other thing. That's the real. That's the full nomenclature. Rashida Hijab, the hijab hooker. Number 2.
Hijab hooker.
Nicknames for Democrats. Folks, listen, there's no changing them. That's what they want to be called. I would never call them this. Number 2, the sister wife, Ilhan Omar.
Back in the habit.
And number 1, Raspy Rob Kennedy, that's what people call him, though he gets me more votes, so I don't want to be too... And the plus one, Pete Buttigieg, you know, the very gay one. That's been this week. 7 + 1, folks.
You forgot Stefan in the chamber.
I did too much Alex Jones.
I'm going to work that Trump impression 2 years from now. I'm going to really be close.
There you go.
There you go. Whenever he's out of office.
That's what it'd be like doing like the comedians like, hey guys, do you remember Donald Trump?
You guys remember from 7 years ago? Yeah, here's my impression.
Here's my impression of him like cutting a zucchini.
I am dead.
That's why I like to do comedy. I like to do other people's jokes from before.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's easier. It's a lot easier.
It's very fun. I don't know if you know, but Rich Little does a great Reagan.
Oh, that's great. Cool. I heard he's working the club I'm not working.
Hey, remember Ronald Reagan? Yeah.
Oh. Well, that was it, huh?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
He just gets the point. He doesn't even do the impression. He just says, do you remember?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we really need to get to here? I think we've
gotten just about all of it done. I mean, we can obviously go to CNN, or sorry, MSNBC. They're covering the Trump gag order hearing.
Oh,
not the same as Kamala Harris, who's ordered to gag. Am I right, folks? That's what they say. Ah.
They say ah.
She says gluck gluck, and I think that's distasteful, horrible.
Did you have Kanye come in? I need more wine, please.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think any of us do.
Trump 47 if you think I need more wine.
Hold on, what's this?
The link in the description.
What's the subscriber channel?
Trump 47.
I don't know. I have a whole bunch of stuff written in front of me. Are we going to go to Mug Club for the new Mug Club members and take their chat tonight?
We take a couple of chats tonight. But just a minute.
We should.
Just a minute. We're not done yet. We're not done.
Gerald.
What time is it? It's 10:09?
It's 11:09.
Eastern?
It's 11:09 Eastern.
Satan's
we started
time?
this at 8. That's 3 hours for an impromptu stream, and there's
They're
nothing
telling me
good
no
on
Mug Club. They're saying that we should take their chats here and let people see what Mug
All
Club
right,
is
fine.
about.
That's a good idea.
Let's take some Mug Club chats. We do this most days, Chat Thursday in particular, but we take chats from people because we don't do the super chats on YouTube because a good portion of your money goes to those homosexual oligarchs. So it's all exclusive on Mug Club. Let's take some Mug Club chats.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
What?
Sorry. Oh.
Pull that picture up.
What is it?
Oh, no.
Yes.
What?
It has to happen.
Save Joe Lewis. Subscribe now.
Christy,
oh my word, that's distasteful.
You know,
I remember when people thought it was bad that Mitt Romney put his dog in a crate on top of the van. This bitch shot a dog.
She's going to kill Joe Lewis unless you subscribe. So Trump 46.
Kirsten Home called me and said, I'll kill Joe Lewis. I said, don't do that. People don't want you to do that. She said, everyone wants me to. I said, I think you're not reading the room, Kirsty.
That's not true. That's not true.
We should get that on social. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Come on. Who do you think made that?
It's the problem. Yeah. It's a problem with Kirsty. I've never met a good Kirsty, folks. Listen, I'm sure they're out there, but Kirsty Nome shoots the dog, and Kirsty Alley eats it, puts it right in her ankles.
Well, Kirsty and they don't have the same name.
Christy, they got a thing about
Kristen
that.
Nome? Is it?
I don't know. I don't care. Just like Kirsty Alley with the last Salisbury steak at Golden Corral. It doesn't matter. I'm going for it straight for the throat.
Am I high or it's not It's Kristen Nome?
I don't. If you're high, it still couldn't be a crazier story than Kristi Noem shooting a dog.
I did use CBD kind of roll on my shoulder.
There's a gas leak here. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
It could be.
Kirsty. No, I know it's Kirsty Alley. I've got a screen.
Is it Kirsty Noem? Kristi Noem. It's Kristi Noem. They're different.
Kristen.
It's close.
Kirsty.
Kirsty.
Wow, Gerald's drunk.
Yeah,
not drunk.
That's effectively what happened.
Ossifer.
Let's grab some chats.
All right.
Before we go. Wine. Is this a different wine?
Chat from
wow. Okay.
Crap question asker.
Crap question asker.
Yeah,
there's a rivalry going on in the chat.
There we go.
All right. People who are new to this, it's a very tight.
I like how we pulled that question from Crap's question asker.
When is Trump going to pick his running mate? Wouldn't that help with someone on the campaign trail while Trump is stuck in court?
Answer is Trump, yes.
Some people might say that it would help, but frankly, the field is very shallow. I thought about Kirsty Noem, but the bitch shot a bitch. And then Tim Scott, very nice guy, but people tell me, I would never say this, he's too gummy. His gums are too large. They're very big. Looks like, I don't know whether to name him as my running mate
or putt-putt golf right through his face. And then you have Chris Christie, the man's a house. You ever see Monster House? That's Chris Christie was based on him. I say, don't say that. People say it was the inspiration. DreamWorks. Who else? Who else am I thinking of? Pick as a running mate.
Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake, very fine lady. You can go in, Josh. It's okay. You can go. Excuse me. You can go. Frankly, yeah, you go. So, Carrie Lake, very fine. She's so fine. She blew my mind, Carrie Lake. But
hey, Carrie.
Found out she's married, so X'd her off the list because they talk.
This DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis. We were great until I started making fun of him in the primary. I went a little too far, accusing him of being involved in a cabal of pedophiles, but he doesn't have a sense of humor about that kind of thing.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Too brown.
Come on.
I like him. I like a little cream in my coffee, but frankly, he's close to black. He's blacker than Tim Scott. He's darker, better gums, but darker in color, and I don't think the black would accept them kindly as one of their own.
Ted Cruz, maybe?
Eats boogers.
Can't confirm.
His dad killed JFK, but
His
whatever.
dad killed JFK, which, look, doesn't mean that he should pay for the sins of the fathers, but the apple doesn't fall too far from the JFK assassin tree. I've heard. I would never say that. People tell that to me. I say, that's enough.
Carly Fiorina, how about that?
Horse-faced bitch. I like her. And when I say that, I mean like a friendly horse, like Mr. Ed, where I don't know whether to pet her, to give her equine therapy with a nice blanket, or shove salt lick in her ugly face. I'm torn.
I'm not running yet.
Are we talking about Gerald C? I just want to know.
No, Gerald A.
Not a fan. Gerald C. At least, look, excuse me, I would never say this, at least serves a purpose.
I think
Gerald C. serves a purpose in a similar way to how Kamala Harris serves a purpose.
Marco Rubio.
They fill gaps. Together, they create gaps. They fill gaps.
Marco.
No. We're still on Gerald.
We're moving on to Marco Rubio.
Well, like Marco Rubio, Gerald A. has small hands, very small hands, not like my hands, the most beautiful hands.
I have the smallest hands in the room.
You know what they say about small hands?
No.
Well, they say that you save a lot of money on a manicurist, is what they say.
I do.
Small cock as well. That's the most important thing, is both of those things.
I don't.
You take the good with the bad. I've learned one thing in business, frankly. Excuse me. What I've learned is that there's never good without bad.
Nikki Haley.
It's what Jung referred to as duality. I save money on a manicurist, small cock. So I have to decide which one I'm willing to live with.
Nikki Haley.
Which one are you willing to live with, Gerald A?
Neither.
Is it the small pecker, or is it the fact that you save money on a manicurist? Which one's your... I would never say this. That's what people tell me.
I don't accept your premise. Doug Burgum.
I think of him when I think of Doug Burgum. I think of a preservative, but then I realize that's sorghum gum.
Donald Trump has for sure forgot about Doug Burgum, right?
He has. No, but he's on the short list, apparently.
I don't know who he is, frankly. I'm not quite sure. I see him, and I think that he's that obsessive-compulsive count on the street of Sesames.
I went to the bathroom. What was the question? I just kind of jumped in. I kind of figured I knew what was happening.
I don't know anymore where we are, what we're talking about.
Next chat.
But true north for me is that Kamala Harris is a filthy whore, folks. That's all I really know. But people say that. I would never say that about her.
Oh. We gotta get tell me we gotta get DTJ Jr. We gotta get him back on the show another time. You'd be his dad.
Disappointment. He is for me.
DJT. I think he'd have a lot. DJ TJ. DJ TJ. Yeah.
DJ Tanner.
Hey,
That's a cool name.
By the way, look, this is breaking news. Hunter Biden to finance more cocaine. Plans on suing Fox News immediately.
Drink.
Oh my gosh, drink. Hunter Biden, cocaine.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
It's funny how we haven't heard those two words separate.
I know. What's happening with the audio?
An update on our DJT tracker.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
Media company is doing in the public markets.
She went like
closed
this.
At more than $46 a share today. That is up more than 12%. The reason for the spike might be the company's recent statements.
Never take your news from a bitch who looks like the black and white cookie.
You know,
They hate it.
You know, you don't see like the economic section of their news given the DJT stock news.
I know.
It's this fucking lady at 11 p.m. Eastern that's given the stock news. She's not giving. Oh, tell me about the NASDAQ, bitch.
She looks like she should be tied to a chair with Harvey Dent giving me an ultimatum.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
But not as hot.
Which one are you going to save? Nutter!
No,
I saved me.
Tie it to an oil drum, call it a day.
By the way, this should bring a little joy to your Donald Trump heart.
Oh, no.
Short sellers are getting hosed on True Social. Right now, they were actually betting on a $19 stock price.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. It's
Well, not all those people are anti. Some of these people are just they're just money folks, you know.
Right.
Just they're bad people. If you're
No,
short
it's just-
selling a
it's
company,
money. It's-
if you're short selling a company, you're a bad person.
That's I don't even know what that means.
Changed
Really,
my mind.
I saw The Big Short, and you know what? I don't know.
That wasn't short
Jury's
selling a company. That was short selling this.
I love how the
entire
Big Short
market.
never explained to people how the subprime mortgage market works. It's
It
like
did.
they,
What are you talking about?
They just talk about how banks did. It's like, yeah, but why would banks roll them into people couldn't pay them back? In other words, why would a bank think that there's some that basically loans that can never be paid back are a commodity? Oh, that's right, because of government guarantees.
Yes, exactly.
So they just make it seem like the banks decided we're going to give out money to people who can never pay it back. And if you watch it, you're going, well, why would banks do that? Oh, that's right, because the government forced them to, and the government guaranteed those loans because something diversity. They just completely missed that.
Sellers.
Look, I've made money in shady ways before, but as long as you're not being illegal about it, you know.
Yeah,
it's a strategy. Short selling is a strategy.
I get it.
It's part of the game, baby. Like
what I don't like is short sellers that go out and target companies like True Social or Rumble. Not to put them
well,
in the
that's
same
bias
category.
then. That's fine.
No,
but
I'm not. I'm saying they do it on purpose. Like it. How do you think GameStop became a thing?
Right.
It should be out of business. It's not because of short sellers.
Well, because they knew it was going to be short sold.
There was
so
also
they,
a whole.
They just bought all the stock
Yeah.
and held it.
There was a whole thing. Yeah,
So you
there's
couldn't short sell it.
No, but he's
Yeah.
talking about the
Those
market
guys.
in general that people can predict, and then when you add a few key companies who can decide to short whatever they want,
Exactly.
nature of
You
the
can
beast, though,
target
right? I mean, at some point, it's nature of the beast.
No, listen, no, it's not the nature of the beast. That's not the.
It's not when you have governments that are too big to fail who are managing effectively
But
trillions
that's
of
different.
dollars.
That's a different subject. Then.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
shouldn't be bailing these people out.
No,
it's
right.
other-
But exactly. You're exactly right. But if those people decide, you know what, we don't like Rumble because they allow people
Free
discussing
speech.
the
We don't like that.
the
We're
World
going to
Economic.
short these guys into oblivion.
For
That's
sure
when
you
you
don't
have
like
to
it.
have like a GameStop type thing happen where you squeeze the short sellers where they have to pay back the shares before they are ready to because the price isn't where they need it. They get screwed, and I'm like, good. You should. If you're trying,
I think the number
if
of
you're
people-
trying to make a company go down by shorting it, you should get screwed. If you know a company like GameStop shouldn't be in business and you're just shorting it as the average investor, fine, I get it. But that's not what was happening. It was these big hedge funds that were doing it.
I
They
think
were
the number
trying
of
to
people
drive them down.
shorting like Rumble and stuff because they don't like free speech. I think that's a very small number.
No,
I think
it's
a lot
not.
of these
In
people
fact,
are
it's
motivated
not.
by.
I can show you some posts by a company who basically
really.
Yeah. Listen.
And that's
here's
hard
what
to
happened.
believe.
Let me do this. This company, and I can't remember what it's called, but maybe our research team can look it up. They basically filed a complaint with the SEC, which means that the SEC now has to say that they are not commenting because there is an active investigation. This said company then filed that information publicly and said there's an active investigation by the SEC into Rumble for, I think it was inflating their view numbers, right? And they were like, actually, we get all our analytics from
It's actually
Google.
the exact opposite.
Exactly. They were like, we chose Google because we knew they hated us. And if those numbers are coming from Google, everybody will buy them. And then this company took out a giant short position, knowing that if anybody went out and looked, they would see an SEC investigation where the SEC could not.
As a matter of fact, I can say this firsthand that
That's how
Rumble
they
is
did it.
so conservative with their view numbers
Yeah.
that a number that's 50,000 on Rumble is an easy 90,000 live viewers on YouTube. We know that. We kind of have calculations here because they are so conservative with their churn rate that you guaranteed on a number per number basis you will get an inflated number on YouTube that you just don't get on Rumble because they plan on having eyeballs on them. So they are ultra conservative with that. And everyone knows it. Everyone in this
They also
industry
pay
is
more.
a content creator. Well, they don't necessarily pay more. What they do is they actually partner up with creators or give them a platform and offer some incentives so that they don't get removed. But I mean,
for sure.
Let's say if you're getting 50 or
I thought I
70,000
saw their
people on
profit,
Rumble,
like their share was more. Like
And then
their,
guess what they do? You know how stuff comes out for us on, basically we have the New York Post.
Yeah.
Rumble, we have this. You can pull it up right now. Rumble is part of an SEC investigation from Wired. This company went to Wired and fed them this information so that a report would go out to help their short position. This is all documented. Like, of course, guys. And basically, Rumble was essentially, I can't say cleared necessarily, but these guys were basically the investigation didn't turn anything up.
Right.
Duh. Of course it didn't.
But the fact that it's there is that's proof. You've shown me. That's proof that the people are actually out for it.
It is pretty tough. All right, let's grab a couple more chats and then let's land this plane.
There's no landing.
All right, next chat from BMAC X10.
Call me Shelley Schellenberger.
Is it worth it to vacate
Find a river.
the speaker since he abandoned his promises to the Republican Party?
No.
Knowing that
Stop
only
it.
2 bad votes could lose the Republican speaker.
Sounds like Gerald has strong opinions on this. What do you think, Gerald A.?
Do you not remember last time? Nobody wanted this job. I don't agree with everything Mike Johnson has done, but I think he's done a better job than most people predicted he would. Let's just have some kind of stability until we get past the 1 vote margin we have in the Senate. Right? Or is it tied completely? I can't remember.
It is kind of surprising how much
I know
of
he's
a
not
pivot
the Senate,
there's been on
so somebody
Ukraine.
Don't fact check me on that. I know he's in the
how
House.
much of a pivot on Ukraine.
I know.
And now how then he was extolling the virtues of, like, we have to fight. We have to do the fight with Ukraine or it'll happen here on our shore. You're like, what? It is the exact opposite of what you said a couple weeks ago.
But do you understand why that happened? No, it's not a dollar thing for him. That may be part of it, but listen, who else came out for it?
For Ukraine?
Yes.
Ukraine funding?
For the funding.
Well, every single Democrat.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's true.
So Donald Trump, but what he did is said, hey, change this to a loan, which I think was smart. I'm not saying it was the best idea ever, but I think Mike Johnson fell in line with what Donald Trump wanted to do.
Right.
And you can fault Donald Trump for having that position, but you can't necessarily just look at Mike Johnson.
Sorry, I'm
and go, "Oh, he's
distracted
terrible."
because on CNN over your shoulder, Killing Versace is one of their commentators.
Killer Versace
country gets their news from like a right-wing media machine
like us.
That
The
kind of
person
exists
in the
solely
left,
to
the person
just tear
talking right
Democrats
now
down
looks like an
and lift
N64 character in GoldenEye.
Wow.
Like he's bizarrely polygonal, and then the guy on the right looks like Killing Versace.
Where the economy is down, where Democrats don't engage on the border.
Hold on, leave it up, leave it up, leave it up.
Getting post-birth abortions where Donald Trump did nothing wrong, and so these people don't know the reality of the economy that Biden is presiding over.
You're
for
too
example.
dumb and poor to understand how the economy is affecting you.
Listen.
Where we have a record high stock market, the longest stretch of sub 4% unemployment in half a century. We have the fastest recovery in the G7. So it's no
More
surprise
second and third
that
jobs than
half of
ever.
our country
Only
is kind
gains
of
in the
sour
public
on the state of
sector.
the economy
Net loss
when
of
they're being fed
6,000
this
jobs in the
alternate
private sector. Dick.
Listen.
you
Right now,
want
you
the-
just heard what I said, so take that back down now. You heard what I said earlier.
That he
They're
looks
saying
like an
that
N64 character?
No, I didn't say that, but that's
Oh,
what
I
you
said that.
Yeah, it's true. He does.
Earlier, I said that their strategy was basically these people don't know how good it is right now.
Right.
And he said basically they live in this alternate reality where the economy is down and inflation is up. And I'm like, what? Huh? What?
This alternate reality where they go to the gas station and the grocery store and they look at mortgage rates.
Yeah, there's an alternate reality where the rent keeps raising and they can't buy a house because interest rates keep going up and it's fucking crazy. I bought my house cash because I'm rich.
You sounded like Exhibit just then.
Yeah, we're gonna pimp your ride.
Yeah. Destroy the economy while you motherfuckers watch.
Whoa.
Yo, dog.
Let's not do that.
That's the shit that like annoys me, dude. I get so fucking annoyed by elites because like there's such a disconnect between the rest of us.
Yes,
like buying a house. Like this guy can.
I'm sorry. This right here is bring it up full screen. That is the silliest split screen ever. I've seen. That guy, he's like, I'm gonna do.
He just came back from vacation. Fuck this guy.
Maybe they have monster
He turns around. He has beads and a little rat tail.
Yeah, look at his little puka shell. Fuck you. Pinto beans on the wall. I don't even know what that means. You suck it, dude. You suck. This guy, you tell us about how the economy is actually good when we can't afford to do shit. Oh, the unemployment rate's so. Don't you think a great economy would be where the country's flourishing and the unemployment rate's high because people don't have to fucking work?
You know what the thing is? They can't help themselves. In other words, right now they're trying to tell someone who's working a second and third job to pay $47 for a few Happy Meals for their family. You're just not appreciative of how good it is. It's just they are so disconnected.
And then they go, why are people not voting for? Why are they voting? Why are they polling for Trump? Because you're so fucking disconnected. You're an idiot, dude.
I know. It's not even close. There's nothing even close to That's why I'm saying people have often said sunlight is the best disinfectant. I would say, like grain alcohol. But I also understand that it's an analogy. My point here is if you're going to say that in any other context, that's where we are right now with this election. You're talking about sunlight. Look, right now they can't win people over. They want someone right now who's working. And this is a record number of people working 2, 3 jobs, likely in the government sector because you're seeing a net loss of jobs in the private sector, who's spending an amount of money that would be completely obscene. Over $12,400 more is what is required to live the exact same quality of life since Joe Biden took office. And they want to tell you this is great. We have sub 4% unemployment like we've never seen. And are like, what's your problem? And someone's going, well, hold on a second. I can't afford gas and I can't afford groceries. And if you look at the interest, I can't get a new house and the rent is going up. Well, you can tell me what's wrong with me, but the flip side was when Donald Trump was president, they were going, everything is crap. And we're going, I don't like his tweets, but you know what? My dollar goes a lot further. Gas is cheaper. We have some stability that I haven't seen in my lifetime. I'm not worried about another war breaking out. They're just the biggest tool that we have at our disposal is the disconnect, like Josh just said, is the disconnect because they cannot help themselves. They're beyond that point of no return where they have to overreach. They have dug in their heels so deeply, they can't say, all right, okay, we get that it's bad for you guys, but we have a plan to correct it. No, they have to say, no, actually, it's really good. What's your problem?
Now you're
this is
insulting
working.
me.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me, it's not even gaslighting. It's just, you're right to my face, you're telling me that I'm an idiot. I'm not smart enough.
Right.
You're the smart guy. You're the rich guy on TV with the suit at fucking 11:30 at night.
Yes. The black and white cookie
Where,
suit.
by the way, whoever's watching this is probably at their second or third job. Mm-hmm. Their kids tuck themselves in.
Yep.
And they're being lied to.
Or they're very well off and just watching.
Or they're very well off. Yeah.
Evening news and getting their information.
Is it just me, or is this man oddly angular? And I don't mean it like a good way. I mean, in a polygonal,
it's weird, dude. It's weird.
Early 3-dimensional. Like, he looks like he would be like the Tekken character you would pick last.
Thank God for his beard, because...
Yeah.
Who snorted?
Dude, on GoldenEye, they had...
Who was that? Hold on. We need to know. Bring the volume up. Come on. Let's hear this guy.
Well, on Donald Trump, he sees that. He can see when someone's a loser. And I think he just wants to distance himself from him.
Like you?
And she, meanwhile, is just trying to tie herself to him.
All right, Tim, before we go, I got to ask you about the dog. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has a book coming out. Guardian got an advance copy.
The Puka Show guy smiles like
How come they don't ask anybody about Fauci's dogs, plural?
Yeah, exactly. All the beagles with the flea helmets.
A whole piece in the book.
By the way,
about how her dog
completely indefensible. Completely, just really dumb.
Didn't seem to behave. She could not train
Yeah.
this dog, so she took him to a gravel pit and shot him dead.
Because of not being able to train him?
The guy on the right loves it.
Well, I
He's
know someone
smiling.
who
He
abandoned
loves
a dog they couldn't train just because they didn't want to deal with it.
Oh, that sucks. What a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
I think that I never thought that she was going to get the VP pick. I think she has a lot of baggage and a lot of problems. But yeah, look, my reaction.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of baggage. Like your dad never hugged you enough.
That's true. Thing where they try to feel like they need to be tough, and that's what MAGA voters want, and so they do this performative stuff, and a lot of times they just miss the boat because they're faking it. And I think that she thought
Like you
that
with your
people
gay
might
lover?
think
How about
this
this
shows her
irony?
as
Oh, he's
fucking
never
wrong.
had to fake it.
I don't. Who the heck knows? But I think that's what she was thinking. And yeah, it doesn't take a professional political pundit to know that talking about killing dogs is not really a winner.
Well, let it be known, gay rosacea is a thing. Back to you, Bob.
I was going to say thanks, Bottom.
Rogation.
Hey, listen, so they say we can't end yet because we're like within like 150 subs of our goal here. And I know, like,
what do you want me to do?
Take a couple chats.
It's $1,000 giveaway if we get there to a new Mug Club subscriber and an old one. So Trump47, make sure that you do this. And they also say that chat wants me to arm wrestle Lane and lose again. He's really strong. I don't know that I want to.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Do it live.
Arm wrestle?
Yes, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, do it live.
Oh gosh.
Well, do it live.
Do it live.
All right,
arm wrestle
fine,
Lane. I don't know what that
fine.
means to arm wrestle Lane.
Listen, if we get to this number,
all right, go.
We're gonna arm wrestle. But
effing thing sucks.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm probably going to lose again. Last time I was like, I'm probably going to be all right. And I did
it's all, there's a technique.
Well, I don't know the technique, though. You're going to have to set us up on your desk.
Dude, I literally can't do anything right now with my shoulder.
I challenge you to an arm wrestle
more
fight.
than belt squats for at least 7 weeks.
They wanted me to
Any
wrestle
upper
you.
body movement can't happen.
Yeah. Well, this is the perfect time then, so I challenge you.
And I'm afraid to get an MRI. Tell me if you guys think this way. Where my family's like, you got to get an MRI on your shoulder because it's been bad for a long time. But in my mind, if I don't get an MRI, then I don't know anything is wrong with it, so I don't have
yes,
it.
Wow, that's old man
I don't have
thinking.
it.
I haven't been to the doctor in 7 years.
Good for you.
So
your prostate
Josh
looks
is
like
gonna
dark
die
man.
I'm killing it, dude.
so-
I'm killing it.
Killing you.
Nothing wrong with me.
Your glans penis looks like the sort of intermediary step of Jeff
don't worry
Goldblum
about
in The
that.
Fly.
Don't
Sorry, what is it?
But
Life
Jeff
will find
Goldblum
a
in
way.
The Fly when the teleportation didn't quite work.
I wasn't so much curious about that part as the what?
The what?
The
glans.
glands?
Penis. It's the head of the penis. It's an organ.
Yeah, it's
That's
for
the
us.
appropriate term,
It's for
Gerald.
us
Unto its
Gentiles.
We're all adults here.
The glans penis.
Glans penis is the head of the penis, yes. Just as I and you and all men are head of the household.
And the grand penis
So the glands,
is something I
human?
possess.
Yeah, the grand penis. I'm not to be confused with the baby grand penis.
Or the Grand Wizard penis.
Lying about the grande.
That was a silly one.
Yeah, it's very silly.
Can we get a silly chat? Can we
I
get,
don't know. Can we get a silly chat?
Somebody
I
always
need
have
to
these
refill
serious
because
chats.
Unfortunately,
know.
they just drained this dry like it was the end of
did?
There Will Be Blood.
They did?
Yeah. Yes.
How?
Of course.
They did.
If they have a straw,
Okay, stop. We did this already.
and their straw reaches all the way to my mug club.
I remember that.
That didn't.
They drink my mug club.
We're 100 away, guys. If you want to see this happen and you want $1,000 released to both, sub. I don't know. I don't know that I want you to sub anymore. I really don't, because then I'll have to arm wrestle Lane.
Drainage, Gerald.
You mean you have to lose to Lane, which is an honor. Lane's a strong dude.
He is.
He's younger than you. He's strong.
don't-
It's
Lane,
nothing
Lane,
wrong
they
with
appear
that.
to be rooting for Lane.
Lane,
in the
do me a
chat.
favor. Come into the studio. Come sit in the red chair.
It's not that I hate Lane. It's that I don't want Gerald to succeed.
You guys know. Hey,
That's the thing. Lane wins, Gerald loses.
I hate most people.
it's true. Hey, do you know that Lane drank all my wine last time we did a live stream?
Good.
4 Oscars, Gerald.
You got 4 Oscars for
For
that?
this overdone, hamming it up for the cameras that no one can question.
Who are you doing right now?
I mean, he killed the guy at the end.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Spoiler.
That guy
Andy
was the most
Lewis. Oh
overrated
yeah,
actor
yeah,
ever.
yeah. Are you doing Gangs in New York right there?
No, I was doing There Will Be Blood.
See, same guy.
I was close enough.
Same thing.
All right, I have to use the
same
restroom because it's
difference.
been another 2 hours since I last went out. And you guys you may not know this. They duck out, and then I have to carry this, and then they come back and they're like, oh boy, do I feel 1,000,000 pounds
What are you
lighter.
talking about?
And I've been
That's
sitting-
how I feel. How'd you know that?
I know you did.
Oh my god!
Because you
Trump
gave me this symbol,
47,
which is the
do
white
it,
supremacy
Trump
symbol.
40.
One time Gerald wasn't
11.
here and you left, I was terrified.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know. He touches people.
Apparently, Lane is scared and doesn't want to do it.
That's not true at all, dude. I don't believe that for 1 second.
He's going to kick my butt for this. I know.
I think he does. He understands it's a leverage game, and he has longer arms, and he just can.
You guys bring that table in. We're doing this.
Yay.
Bring it in.
Bring that, bring that arm
You guys
wrestling
have to
table
sign,
we bought.
Okay, you guys have to sign a waiver.
Oh, no, we refuse.
Weren't you going to have someone poke that pressure point on your back?
Oh, no, that's not nice.
You were the one who suggested it, Gerald.
That's not true at all.
He also asked me to spit in his mouth.
Well, go to the bathroom and
What?
prepare some
I
spit.
have like the you know when you like get a crick in the shoulder. I was holding my beautiful young baby that can now smile.
Oh, that's cute.
So you're looking down the whole time when you're holding, like hoping to get a smile.
They're bringing the table in.
They have a table.
Hey, while we bring the table in,
the bear, Nancy, the bear. You just to your right. I'm not sure if you see it. Jeez.
Hey, Gerald.
Crap! What is going on here? I don't want to do this. I'm going to lose.
Hey, Gerald.
Lane.
Lane's here, baby.
Okay, this is gonna suck.
Okay, while we wait for Steven, can we take a chat?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
You have a silly one there?
Gerald's all defeated already. He didn't even want to wrestle him yet. Come
He's
on.
freaking strong. I just started lifting again, and he's really strong. So
All right, let's
do
do
a chat, please.
What we got there?
All right.
We haven't hit the number yet, so there's still hope.
From Ghost King 421. Question for the crew. What's your own personal favorite drinking story that's only allowed to be told on Mug Club for new muggers?
Oh, no.
I don't understand the question. Is that like?
Oh my God! The
drinking
bear's
story.
claws attached to the door, and it's on wheels, and the door's closing, and the bear is going with it. That's hilarious. Oh my God! I wish we had a camera angle that got that.
It's too dark.
Oh my God!
Watch those claws. They're sharp.
All right, drinking story. All right, drinking story.
There's this one time there was this bear that just kind of moved with a door, man. You're never going to believe it.
Big bear.
All right.
Really funny.
How about, oh, shoot. I'll go way back. I was in high school. I was 16 or 17 having a party at my house. We had a pool. No big deal. My dad was middle class in Arizona. And I had a party. My parents were in Laughlin. They were swingers. They were in a swinger party. I didn't know that till later, but that's where they were. And I had a big party, and my friend Hector, he said, "Hey, can I invite some friends over?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Let's go to Burger King first." I worked at Burger King, got free burgers.
Ew.
So I went to Burger King.
It's called theft, Josh.
Nah, they got the hookup from Luis and Luisana. They're brother and sister. They ran the place.
Day before burger.
They were
a
awesome.
couple days old.
Yeah. And so we went and got some free burgers, brought it back to the place. And when I got back to my house, like, dude, 20 minutes. It's the whole trip's like 20 minutes. We get back, the whole block's full of cars. And there's fucking cholos everywhere, dude.
Oh, no.
Everywhere.
Like top button cholos.
Like I'm talking about, like, yeah, not like that. I mean, that's kind of like the Hollywood thing, but it's like the khaki suit, right? So it's like the Dickies, either the tan or the blue, the Dickies suit, or the flannel with the Dickies. It's always Dickies for sure, and Converse. But they're all hanging out, and like I don't know any of these people, and so I get to the house, and I'm pulling a cooler out of my car, and these two cholos walk up, way older than me. They go, "Hey, fool, are you Josh?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And they're like, "All right, cool." And they grabbed the cooler and took it into my backyard. They had already helped themselves to my backyard.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, well, this is cool." And then so I was like, "Hey, my parents said," I'm a kid. I'm like, "Hey, my parents said we can't go in the pool. Like, that's one of the rules." Yada, yada, yada. They're like, "All right, cool. Nobody gets in the pool." So we're like, "All right, we're cool. We're hanging out. We're having a good time." It's like an hour, 2 hours later. And this one dude, by the way, white guy. It's always the white guy. Didn't know who he was. He started to do crazy shit, and he got in the pool, and we said, "Hey, don't get in the pool." He said, "Fuck you." 2 fingers up. He's in the pool. And I ran over to go take him out of the pool because I was all mad. And before I can get to him, 2 cholos.
The rules of your house.
Yeah, for sure. And also the 2 cholos
Bro,
that
you
dragged
don't
that
come
guy
into
out.
someone's house and not respect the rules. I take off my shoes, whatever he says,
Dude,
bro.
cholos,
You
dude,
don't,
they
that's
respect.
bros.
They respect the homies. Dude, so, by the way, the 2
I
guys
think they're
that
better than cholos.
the 2 guys dragged those guys. I didn't see those guys either. They definitely went somewhere with that guy and did something.
Maybe
Was it Pete Buttigieg?
I wish.
Oh,
just some random white.
They were doing butt stuff,
Yuma,
bro.
Arizona.
Oh, I got it.
That guy likes it.
I'm not.
It's like, but look, whatever you want to do, like,
I'm
that's not my
down.
place, but it's gross.
Take it in the alley. I hear that's fine.
You know, sometimes I wish, like, it was easier for me if I was in the butt stuff because it'd be very easy access because I only do my top button, right?
Hey, Steven.
What, bro?
They brought in a table and a lane.
Yeah, who do you bet on?
We're so close.
I bet on
to the
Lane.
subs. Listen, Trump 47 for $47 Mug Club. Make sure you do it right now, and I get to lose the Lane.
To reach that next year. Do you think
It's so
you
close.
guys did this before and Lane Ginger Snap won?
Yeah, but I mean, he's stronger than
That's
I am,
not the
but-
right table for arm wrestling.
No, it's not. I appreciate you pointing that out because
Yeah, it's not the right table at all because you're going to have to be reaching across
25
the table, which removes the technical component.
25 more subs, and then we arm wrestle, and then the $1,000.
And then can I go because I'm hungry?
Yeah,
and
but we
tired.
got to get 25 more subs. So it's not my fault. I don't control things. Lane, do you do curls?
Yeah, he does.
He does curls?
He does curls for all the Korean ladies.
I do all the curls. Do you do curls?
He loves
in the
all the
squat rack?
Asian ladies. Hey, let me
He
ask
doesn't do
you
it in the
this.
Squat rack. Okay, he's a
Do
gentleman.
you
at least.
think that like blonde and brunette is a preference? Redhead is borderline, but like Asian ladies is a fetish.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
Especially if you're
I think it is if you're not Asian and you exclusively date Asians.
To be fair, Ginger Snap, like he actually grew up like spending a lot of time in Korea.
That's not.
So he
see,
does
that's not a
like the
fetish.
ladies. He likes what he knows.
Well, no,
That's not a fetish. That's comfort. That's
no.
comfortability.
He didn't grow
That's
up spending
comfort
time
for
in
me. It's for
Korea.
me.
He moved there.
For the ladies.
He loved the yellow Power
By the way,
Ranger.
when they
Her name was
got when they
Kim.
got in their uniform, they all looked like
Go
the
sit
yellow
in the red
Power
chair.
Ranger.
Yeah, go sit
Yeah,
in the
but
red
they-
chair.
Yeah, they all were the yellow. They were all female gymnasts once they got in their uniforms.
Did you do any warm ups? No, I don't need to. Just make the mic closer to
Hold
yourself.
on.
Oh shit! Did you hear that? No, I don't need to. I love that confidence,
I
Lane.
don't need
He has
Hell
no
yeah, dude.
respect. No respect for your arm wrestling.
How do we do this at the table here? Like,
It's the same table we did it on last time. That's what they
the one where
I don't think that's his microphone.
Is that
the shotgun mic? Hold on a second. Let me move
maybe
this
that's
out and then aim it towards you.
Oh, we got it.
It's short.
It's not that hard.
There we go.
Yeah.
Can we hear Lane?
Yo.
Okay, that's better.
There you go.
Hey, new Mug Club members.
Were you using the mic that was outside? Was you using the security camera mic?
Guys, there's something wrong with the radar, sir. There's something wrong with the radar, sir.
To the new Mug Club members, by the way, this is Lane the Brain, Ginger Snap, as Stephen calls him. He's one of the researchers, very smart.
Yeah.
Comes in on Fridays and does stuff with Gerald and
he likes the ladies.
And he loves them.
You're still single, right?
Yeah.
He is single, ladies.
All the single. Okay.
Working on it.
Yep. He is not including the satanic orgies that we have.
No, other than that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're dating somebody, though.
No.
That's non-exclusive.
No, it's not exclusive.
That's some poly stuff.
That's kind of the unwritten agreement.
Like Josh's parents.
Right.
Like Josh's parents.
Right. They got divorced. Surprise.
Wow, that was a revelation.
People,
Josh, I didn't.
Yeah, my parents who were swingers, they got divorced. Who
they were
guessed it?
swingers?
I didn't know that.
Who would have thought?
They were swingers?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either, dude.
Who wants to share?
I don't want to. I don't want to share it all.
Yeah.
You did share it.
I don't like what I'm
I
seeing
didn't share
on
it,
my
they
screen
shared
right
it.
now
Oh, yeah,
because there's one person who's giving me the like updates on the count, and they gave me one a second ago that said we're literally 10 away.
10 away. Trump 47, guys. Trump 47 to watch.
And nobody's typing
Gerald
right now.
A.
I can see him
lose
typing, but it doesn't
to
show
Ginger
me the
Snap.
thing
And here's
yet.
the crazy thing: is Ginger Snap would be in a totally different weight class if this was actually a sanctioned bout.
And I would not. I mean,
I don't think that arm wrestling has weight classes.
I think it does.
I don't think it does. You're right, Josh.
They have that weird paraplegic leg.
What was that movie?
No,
what was that?
Over the Top.
Over the Top.
Lake
There we go.
Placid.
Yeah, yeah.
Lake Placid. Actually, that was pretty good. Lake
Yeah, I like
Placid.
that
I looked
We
back
had
at Lake Placid. I was like, this is
Y'all
not
are
a bad
idiots.
film. When Betty White calls him a bunch of cops.
Remember
Remember that? She's just like everything is a homophobic diatribe from Betty White.
Betty White basically became funny because she swore and said really bad sexual
As an
things.
old woman,
Wow.
yeah.
As an old
One of the
lady.
best insults ever was Betty White, and there's this actor who looks like he's a real life character from Wallace and Gromit on Boston Legal. And she's just insulting everybody. And he walks in, she just goes, "My, what an interesting face." my dad and I just because you look and he has a very odd face. There's no other way, but she goes, "My, what an interesting face," and my dad and I just quote it all the time.
Hey, guess what? There are weight classes.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, just
in
pull
arm
that
wrestling.
up. Pull that
Can
up.
I share a arm wrestling story?
No, you can't. Can we zoom?
Gotta
in?
zoom in.
Yeah.
What source is this? Where'd you find this on
I don't know, weight
GeoCities?
class-
The World
so-
Arm Wrestling Federation or something.
Federation.
WAF.
Okay.
What?
I've heard of WAP.
Seen enough.
Oh, dude.
What's your arm wrestling story there?
On my last deployment to Afghanistan, on the way home, we stopped at this place. And we get to drink beers, and you get like 2 beers each. But the underage guys, they get tickets too,
Right.
And we take their tickets.
Yeah.
And so we got a little drunk, and it was all a bunch of Army guys and Air Force guys in Kyrgyzstan, and we started arm wrestling, and it was a big to do, and then I think the Air Force guys were winning, to be honest. Which is
That's
embarrassing.
surprising.
But then the Canadians showed up, and we fucking wrecked those dudes,
course.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we joined forces, Air Force, Army, fucking Canada, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get your fucking hockey arms out of here,
So
dude.
you want to be surprised? Because here comes some friendly fire.
All right, so we hit the number, unfortunately.
All right,
We
let's have the
hit-
Newsies announce it.
no,
the Newsies
well,
announced the next tier.
What was we didn't do it.
No, they did. We hit that tier that the Newsies announced, which
Okay,
was, I don't
sure.
remember what the
Yes,
number was.
they did.
I don't know why
They did. They hit them all.
But let's go ahead. Just the Newsies announced the tier.
I don't have.
You got one. I don't got one in there.
Are you done?
Just
No
give me
more?
the next Newsies tier announcement.
Sure.
Okay.
Here we go. Whatever.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Mug Club hits 3,876 new subscribers. See?
Big news, big news. You won't believe your eyes. Straight black men are now the white men of black people.
Oh, boy.
Look at those two. Gentlemen, you were demoted.
That's right. Stop
See?
kissing. You thought you were special. Extra, extra, read all about it. Are they looking our way? Look the other way.
All right. It's official because, by the way, there are tons of other Newsy installments. The original thing with the Newsies was the Newsies were reading modern headlines from actual newspapers.
Yeah.
and they're way worse.
There's 25 of them.
There's like 25 of them. It'll be a
They're not
BTS
real
show.
headlines. That's the problem.
No, a lot of them are.
They are real
a lot of them are.
Oh, yeah. No, the
you
news.
serious?
Yes.
Actually, all the ones we did today that were for the tiers, they're all real
They're all
headlines.
real
No,
headlines. Yes.
provide the.
My
100%.
fake headlines
I have a
are
crick
not
in
even
my
close
neck.
to
Does
as
this
funny as
count
these.
like a
Yeah,
disability?
I don't know. I'm a little bit worried.
you want a handicap?
Hey, this looks
Gerald?
like Charlie Rose.
I love that. Wow. I love this.
It's like a cool shot.
That is. It looks like Charlie Rose.
I think you should do this shirtless, just for the ladies.
No, come on, dude.
Nancy
Don't-
says,
stop
chat
procrastinating.
This shot is way too serious for something this silly.
Where is it?
No, it's
Right
just
there?
as serious as it needs to be.
All right.
Chat says losers should take their shirt off.
Yes, agreed.
Well, that means you're going to see my chest, and that's not good for anyone.
What's that called when you do like
Hustling, like sharking.
All right,
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing here?
All right. Are we doing one or are we doing best of three?
I just want to do one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
we'll
one.
see how it goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
yeah,
It's gonna be like
Hold on a
games?
second. Everyone shut up. Trump 47. You type in Trump 47. It's $47 as Mug Club through tomorrow at midnight. What is that over there?
That was the wrong button.
Okay, new rule. The people operating the tech can't play the drinking game.
No, it's too late.
They
It's way
can't
too
play
late.
the drinking.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. All right.
All right, we're
Okay.
going to go this way.
Okay, hold on. Let's start. I guess I need to officiate this.
You got to do something.
Yes, definitely.
You want the handheld? You have the handheld over
You
here.
can bring your body into it in arm wrestling, right?
I think you're allowed to.
Yeah, I think you. I don't.
You know, you can't have one person. Oh, fine. I'll fix it. For crying out loud.
I got it.
You're
I got
the
it.
talent.
They got it.
I think you use that term loosely.
It's fine. It's fine. All right.
There we
Okay.
go.
Everyone, place your bets. Place your bets. Establish a neutral position here, and just thank the Lord above that I'm not taking part.
Yeah, dude, I am.
Oh, come on. You're
Oh no, I really wouldn't be able to. I have
My
zero
knees
rotator.
hurt on the floor. Can we do this?
Yeah, it's a good sign. Okay, so arm wrestling. All right, so here, I'm trying to think of a shot. Am I in the way? All right. Do you guys?
There we
Well,
go.
hold on
I
a second.
got
That's
that.
not
There we
neutral. Lane's starting way closer. Gerald, you're giving up that ground right off the bat.
I did that last time too.
What are you?
He
What are
didn't
you
tell me
doing? You're
either.
giving him an advantage. You don't need to give. him.
Oh,
hey.
that's one.
Okay, that counts as a warm up. That's a
Mega
warm up.
cheating.
That's what
All
we're
right, so
gonna
hold
use
on, hold on, guys. Establish. All right,
I don't like my chances.
here.
This is-
Okay,
I don't
are you
like
guys
my chances. What are you
both getting
talking
tight? Okay, and if you hear a snap, crackle, or pop, that means it's good. So,
Good at all.
all
What are
right,
we
ready?
talking about
Everyone,
here?
place your bets in 3, 2,
He's so strong.
1. Prove your manhood.
He's so strong.
Come on, Lane. Come on, Lane.
Up.
Cricket my neck.
Come on, Lane.
Massage it.
We're
I'll
up to
massage
you.
it. I'll massage it. Oh, Wayne won again. That was so close. Are we doing best 2 out of 3?
No. I think it's settled.
I think it's settled.
I think it's settled.
All right. Ginger Snap wins. We don't have a stinger out. Well, I guess I'll just put the mic back over here.
Give it Ginger Snaps me. Yeah.
All right, well,
I said the cricket my neck.
Thank you, Lane.
It really was.
table with me.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you won. That's your
I want
table.
a rematch.
Korean ladies are really
won the
they're
table.
gonna like that.
A long time from now.
That's his table now. Put that in your car. Take it home.
Yeah,
You get it.
we're gonna put that.
Screw it.
Does that mean that Gerald has to take off his shirt?
No. not
Yeah,
really.
take it off. Take that. Pop that top.
I didn't hear the rules.
Pop that
Once you
top
pop,
off.
the fun don't stop.
That's right.
I'm not a can of Pringles.
Earlier, I had to put CBD stick on his back.
Then we're
Very
gonna-
hairy man.
Once you pop, and then once we see his nips, it's gonna be bet you can't eat just one.
Ooh, I gotta eat two. I gotta
Breaking
eat
my neck on
two.
this one. Lane's really strong for a guy who doesn't look like he works out.
I guess he does look like he
come on.
works out. What are you talking about?
Out of everyone in the office, he clearly looks like he works
absolutely
out.
Yeah.
That's why the joke
Yeah.
works.
There is no doubt whatsoever. As opposed to these people who are sitting on Dr. Evil chairs on CNN right now.
This is MSNBC.
They're like, yeah, we want to make the set look like the bordello of blood.
How about the Cruella de Vil dress here?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking sweet.
Here's Christy Nome shot a dog. She made a dress out of them. Look, this. It's just everyone is so weird on CNN. All right, we hit that tier.
Oh, somebody already made this.
Oh yeah, that's great.
We gave them too easy of a backdrop.
Who made that? Shout him out.
Actually, that was not bad.
Yeah, who made it? Let's give him a shout out to the Mug Club community. Do we know who made that?
Chad is demanding that my shirt comes off. Why? You guys are
in the very last moments
Well,
of
Gerald,
the
you've been begging these people on this telethon
I know.
for well over 3.5 hours.
No, but
I think you got to give the people what they want, Gerald.
You've been teasing them.
You've been teasing them over there. Yeah, give them the flag behind you. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's patriotism. Oh, he's coming down to the spotlight.
There he goes.
Oh my God. Okay,
right
put
in
it back.
the wrong
Put it
lighting,
back.
but you did it. You did it.
Wow.
There he is.
That's the shit that gives kids nightmares.
All right. His kids, to be specific.
They're gonna check under their bed for him.
Hey, Monster, can you check for dads under the bed?
Tomorrow, Singlet, you're gonna see more people seeking counsel for the Slender Man.
I hate all of you.
He's hardly slender. And Gerald's built well, man.
You know,
he's
for a guy
he's
who
a
doesn't-
Notre Dame football player.
Yeah, he was one of those guys where people said, "You go run here and hit them," and then they gave him steroids, and he didn't know at Notre Dame, and he got insanely
that
big and
middle part
strong.
didn't happen.
It absolutely did happen.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't want to do Oklahoma drills with Gerald. I'll arm wrestle him. I'm not going to do Oklahomas.
What are Oklahomas?
It's when you lay on your back each head to head, and then one guy has a football, and you both get up at the same time, and the guy with the football has to get past the guy without the football.
That's how Kamala Harris got her job at City Council in San Francisco.
Except it was a dildo.
Yes, it was.
She just blew him.
It was just a mare.
Except it was a black guy she put in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look.
Hey, most black guys put in jail by a fucking DA in that area since, I don't know, I made it up.
Well, never pass up an opportunity for free labor.
Right.
I mean,
that's what Kamala says.
That's what Kamala says. I would never say that.
Kamala.
I need to hit the gym a little bit more.
Camel toe Allah.
What are you looking for? You're pointing in noodles. Is there something that we're missing? Because we're about to land this.
Oh, there we go. You know what? This is a good one to end on right here.
What is this?
We're like flying past that goal, by the way. I shouldn't put my hand up and to the right like this.
No, it's
still
good.
doing
It's
it.
very in line.
I should pull that
It's
down. I'm
very
sorry. I
in
hate
line
when it does
with
that.
your blue eyes,
Going
blonde
up
hair,
and to the right,
and
the right.
6'5" frame.
And the fascist lighting on your flag behind you.
Exactly. Really? Is it that bad?
No, I like it. I like it.
Oh,
You know what? To be
wow.
honest with
Totally
you,
bad.
that
Yeah.
Biden speech where it was all red behind him and everyone, I thought it was cool, but
I
it was
thought he
like
looked stronger.
It definitely like fit the bill.
He looked like a strong man. The
polls
and I
are
like
going
a strong
up.
man. Yes.
Shouldn't do that. I get it. How many people? 9. Okay, got it. So anyway, this is a good one. So we have this is not a question, but a proud mama comment. My homeschooled daughter just used her hard-earned first paycheck to get her subscription to Crowder.
Oh, thank you.
You're a terrible parent, but thank you very much,
Yes.
to the daughter.
Expect CPS in the morning.
We love you and we appreciate
Well,
it.
it depends on how old she is. You know,
Yeah, it
If she's
does depend on how
over the
old.
age of 14. It's probably fine.
It's probably okay.
Works.
It's child labor.
Or if you're good parents, I've always said this too. If you're good parents, profanity and stuff like that, it shouldn't matter if your kids hear it,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you
What?
teach them, hey,
Effing right,
you don't
Josh.
speak like this in good company. You don't act like
It
this.
didn't work
in-
with me. I called our pastor a little bastard.
Was he a little bastard though?
He was
Yeah,
a little
but that's
bastard.
not the point.
It was. I heard my grandfather. He would say, come here, you little bastard."
You know, my grandfather used to say, don't be a Dutchman. And I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I think
I had no idea. Yeah, but then I get older and I go, oh,
It's code.
he killed Nazis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He was telling
Right.
me to fucking chill or he's going to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Josh is
Yeah.
lit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what my
That's true. That's not a true story. I'm not lit. I'm taking an Uber.
I had one grandfather. Who didn't say he was going to kill Dutchmen, but he said, like, he really sat me down and he wanted me to focus, right? And every now and then you get those lessons where they kind of, they have their moments of lucidity. And he said, look, and he called me a little bastard. It was a term of endearment.
Yeah, OLB.
He said, look, little bastard.
My favorite weenies.
And he said, blacks are inferior. I was like, what?
Whoa.
Jesus
And then it was,
Christ.
It was generational. And I thought,
He meant the
well,
squirrels.
Sure, but he's
yeah,
wrong.
He's wrong.
I
Of
mean,
course he's wrong.
They're
I'm not a-
superior in so many ways,
so many
dude.
ways. Yeah, I know. I just think that honestly, he was on the school track team and he wanted to get that one back.
He did.
So he sat me down and that was his life lesson. And so the point is, my grandfather never taught me anything of value.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, because
We
it's
can't
wrong.
end on
It's
that.
wrong to hate.
We can't end on that.
But
How about
the-
this? How about this? And I'll let you finish it up. Tune in Wednesday. No
That's
show
right.
tomorrow. Tune in Wednesday for the live show, 9 a.m. Well, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We have to use Satan's time. 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to announce the winners of all of those things that we just talked about, the $1,000, the 2 rifles from Watchtower. Thank you guys very much at Watchtower. And make sure that you let people know Trump 47 until tomorrow night at midnight.
Right. And you know what? I will say this, because Watchtower has stepped in. We're giving away these AR-15s.
Yeah.
And remember back in the day,
nice rifle.
Mug Club was, we wanted to do an AR-15 giveaway. I want to say this was in 2016. And they said, you can't do that. They said, there's no way you can do that. So we announced an AR-15 giveaway. And then it was like we sent someone a credit so they could technically buy a rifle. I'm pretty sure they used it to buy illicit substances. But at this point
was
in time,
it Cracky Joe Hunter Biden?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, there we go. I did it to you guys.
Jeez, it's not fair.
Jeez.
But being able to do this now, like, I was like, well, why can't we give it? They were like, because it's too much liability. And I was like, it's not that much liability if you just ask them if they're, they check the 2 boxes, white, Caucasian, as well as not Hispanic, Latino.
There you go.
If they check both those boxes, probably fine. They're probably fine.
Oh, no.
I felt Josh's cholos that took care of
It's the one area of discrimination that still exists. Your driver's license and your when you get a firearm transfer at an FFL, you have to check that you are white, Caucasian, your race, as well as not Hispanic, Latino. It's like, didn't we go over this?
That's
like, we want to do
messed
it
up.
again.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Answered. Okay.
But now no one can tell us. And of course, it's only transferred to someone who can legally own a firearm. It goes through that process. No one can tell us that we can't send a wonderful rifle from Watchtower to a Mug Club member.
It's true.
No one can step in and say, hey, you can't do that. Well, sure we can. Why? Because we answer to you. We don't answer to anybody else. And that is one thing that, look, obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into this. And obviously, our country is facing a tipping point. That wasn't just lip service earlier today. I mean it. This is the most important election of our lifetime, and that's why we are trying to put this infrastructure. And now you've made it happen. The infrastructure in place to have an election stream that is unprecedented. All of that is true. But we are also very grateful. And at the end of the day, we put in more hours here than I would wager anyone else. And I mean everyone here, by the way, because you don't see the whole team of people back there who are staying late, who are not only helping us with this stream right now, but ensuring that the investigative work continues, ensuring that we have the groundwork laid for when we do get ready for the election. They're making phone calls as we speak. It's a lot of work, but it really is a labor of love, because I would rather everyone serves a master. And of course, your first master should be, God above the creator. And that's first and foremost. I think we all agree with that. But then as far as it relates to your business, you can either serve a nonprofit and a few big donors out there, which is most of the PACs and most of the media that you see on both the left and the right. You can serve one of the 5 media conglomerates in this country right now, both on the left and the right. You can serve the overlords at big tech, where you play ball and you don't discuss the issues that they deem to be unacceptable. Or you can serve, and yeah, look, we do serve you. I'm not going to lie and say we're completely independent. We're not independent if not for you. Mug Club does not exist if not for you. Louder with Crowd, none of this exists. Nick DiPaolo doesn't exist if not for you. But if you have to pick at the end of the day someone to serve, I would much rather than a nonprofit than a giant, technocrat oligarch, or even, frankly, some of the old guard here in conservative and leftist media. I'd much rather answer to you, and tonight solidifies that. You made this happen. It's you. And so between now and election night, November 2024, it's a sprint. Every town hall, every debate, every October surprise, we will be there, and we are beholden to you. We need to share that experience with you. We need to provide information, enlightenment, or entertainment, one of those 3 every single time that we get on air, to you. Why? Because you have paid for it. And you should hold us accountable, to be clear. Even if you signed up tonight with the promo code $47, guess what? You have voted with your dollar. There aren't that many ways today. We're not to actually put your money where your mouth is. We're not sacrificing rams, right? You're probably not going into a war right now. But you are putting that $47 down with no guarantee of anything in return, but a promise from us. And when I say that we give you our word, we are going to build an infrastructure that has never happened before. When I say that on election night 2024, you can if you want to. We don't ask that you only tune into us. We just guarantee you that we will be the best place that you tune into. we guarantee that we will be on top of it to a degree that no one else possibly can, because we fleshed this out and said, okay, what do we need? What can we do? And how can we best serve you? And at the end of the day, when you walk in through that door and you realize that you have to answer to somebody, and we all do, to be clear. There is not a person on this earth who doesn't answer to somebody else. I am very happy and very grateful, even through this whole, some would say debacle, some would say entertainment, but everything that has transpired tonight, after all of that, at the end of the day, between now and this election time, I am grateful to be able to answer to you. I am grateful to, if I have to serve a master, that it is collectively you, as opposed to anyone else. And I mean that. If I could have my choice right now, I could line them up. ABC, Disney, NBC, Universal, CBS, whatever it is, Comcast. I'm getting these a little bit mixed up there. News Corp, Turner Broadcasting, or 30 donors, or a political candidate, or a PAC. If I could pick out of a hat, who do I want to answer to? It's the people who have created a network that has never existed before, and hopefully many more will exist after this. Mug Club, you've made this happen. We here all answer to you. There's no doubt about that. I want to be very, very clear. You do wield the power. You have voted with your dollar. We appreciate it. And at the end of the day, when we walk through that door, this is home. And when we say, hey, honey, I'm home, guess what? It's you. We serve you. We answer to you. And I wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to see you Wednesday. And by God, hold on to your butts, because this is going to be one hell of an election season, again, because of you. See you Wednesday.